Anyone who isn't a married couple will find it hard to build a dike. Where the dike stands, people survive. When the dike collapses, people get buried. No way, this is hell-level difficulty to start. Not even giving a beginner's protection period. Wine in a luminous glass. I'll have a cup of black coffee. 3 fen ponds. District soldier. A daily staple for cattle and horses. Damn, you're a transmigrator too. Enough talk, survive first. Next, the woman goes to Wing Peng. The man goes to build the dike. Sir, he's my husband. Yeah. We got separated along the way. Just found our marriage certificate. Got robbed on the road fleeing famine. As long as both are here, it works. Don't mess with me. What's your names? Jiang Xingyu. Lu Chanzhou. A real married couple. Truer than this pot of porridge. You can register as a household. Huanglei village is the poorest. 3 days of food, survive it yourself. Jiang Xingyu, Lu Chanzhou. Temporary household in Wangliu village. This is called 3 days food allowance. This looks more like 3 people's food. Shut up and focus on surviving. Jiang Xingyu, you really know how to choose. Being with a poor soldier, you'll starve together sooner or later. Whether you starve depends on your skills. Laugh too soon, you'll get slapped in the face. I'm waiting to see how you die. 2 married people, that's fine. But risking your life, that's not okay. Cooperate for 3 days. Survive, then talk about splitting shares. Only this house is left livable in the village. You'll have to make do. What can you do? I'm an engineering guy. I'm a girl who's good at both arts and sciences. Studied business management. So what's the use of transmigrating here with that? Let's survive 3 days first. Isn't this house a bit haunted? It's not haunted. Probably. A family died here. Drinking this water doesn't quench thirst. It sends you to your death. What are you doing? This is the only well left in the village. 2 outsiders come in and try to take over the water. Pretty bold, huh? He's not hogging water, he's saving lives. Emergency well water isn't drunk like this. The water tastes rotten. The well wall collapsed. Dirty stuff seeped in. You don't understand contamination. It's fine, just remember this. Clear water doesn't mean clean water. Stop pretending to be mystical. I'm dying of thirst. I'm drinking today. Mom's stomach hurts. Zhao Bao. Zhao Bao, what's wrong? Don't drink raw water anymore. First, give Pengyi some to drink. Boiled warm water. Don't pour randomly. Do you still think he's just scaring you? Is it low enough? A water purifier can help in emergencies. Still need to boil after filtering. What? Are you making medicine here? Not medicine, but life-saving. It really got lighter. Filtering is only the first step. You must boil it. After all that, you're still in charge of water. From now on, water will be fetched by household queue. Elders and kids first, those with no money. Pour on firewood, pour on ashes, pour on torn cloth. If you have nothing, just carry water. Fire watching and kettle duty. Why do you get to be in charge? It's about the standard of this well. We can make sure drinking it won't kill anyone. Want water? Follow the rules. Want to steal water? Go last. Boss came in and immediately started working on supply chain. In famine, rules don't matter. You haven't even had water yet. People die in chaos first. Miss Xingyu. My family has no money. Only this bit of rag. For kids' families half taken, keep the rest for later. Didn't you say trade goods? Rules aren't to force people to death. They're so everyone can live. Whether it's drinkable, wash the pot. Don't touch any unboiled water. First entry, a bundle of firewood. It's not about money, it's about life. First bucket of gold is a bucket of clean water. Correction. It's the first bucket of resources. Alright, Boss Jiang thinking big. Water belongs to the whole village. Why do you get to collect things? This bucket is mine. Don't touch it. Who are you trying to scare? This is called leverage. Move a mountain with a small force. Special cure for unreasonable folk. If you touch me, I didn't touch you, it's physics. Liu San disrupted water fetching. He's last today. You dare. You may not agree. But the bucket's with us. The fire's with us. So are the rules. Liu San won't let this go. Troublemakers aren't scary. It's scary when everyone follows. Water belongs to the whole village. 2 outsiders can't collect things. From now on, anyone who ignores the rules isn't on the water list. I'm making you set rules. Nobody gets to collect water then. Miss Xingyu, please give the child a bowl of water. He hasn't drunk all night. Breaking a bucket is easy, saving a life isn't. If you've got skills, restore the well. A dried up well can be restored? You think you're the Dragon King. It's not the well's out of water. It's that you didn't know how to get it out. A small clean bucket can't save the whole village. Want alive? Fix the well. The well isn't dead, the wall collapsed. Mud blocks the aquifer. What's an aquifer? Simply put, the water below is trapped by mud. Clear the mud out. It can breathe again. Digging in the well is dangerous. The wall's loose. Going down sends you straight to death. Build a frame with wooden poles. Use an old wheel as a pulley. Tie a bucket with rope. People pull from above. Mud is removed from below. Efficient, this really works. Physics doesn't lie. The ones lying are those arguing without understanding. Enough talk. Divide shares before work. Everyone cleaning the well gets a water ticket. 1 ticket equals 1 bowl of clean water. 3 tickets equals 1 bowl of porridge. First workers get first share of water. How to work with no strength. Elders watch the fire. Women twist ropes. Kids collect small stones. Able-bodied men pull out mud. Everyone gets work. Everyone gets tickets. Free handouts don't work. Must make effort. What can a woman figure out? I can figure out you're stealing. 1 bucket of water lasts only half a day. Fix the well and the whole village survives. Free water will be snatched up. Earned water is defended. I'll watch the fire, no extra. Just give me 1 ticket. I'll pull the rope. I'll go find an old wheel. Boss Jiang, this isn't issuing water tickets. It's pioneering. First Human Resources Department of Lu Village. Enough talk, keep accounts. Go slow, don't yank hard. 1 person calls out numbers. 3 pull the rope. 2 take the bucket. Anyone out of line, work stops, 1 or 2 pull. Anjay watches fire, gets 1. Jia pulls rope, 2 rounds for 1. Aunt Lee twists ropes, gets 1. Are you dumb? Not snatching ready water, doing his work for free. Yesterday, Liu San, you took half a bucket. Spilled a third, drank 2 bowls. The rest is all dirty. Well, repaired today. 10 people. At least 20 buckets of clean water in the morning. Do you want the whole village drinking mud with you? Anyone who breaks a bucket again, I'll be the first to object. Stop. Water is coming out. Water actually came out. See? No knowledge. It really gives water. Today, the well repairers get water first. County Office Decree. Huangli Village, one temple, one village. Village will be sealed in 3 days. No one may enter or leave during the lockdown. What about food during lockdown? What about medicine? It's gone. All gone. The well's being fixed. What's the use? We still wait to die. 3 days isn't enough to wait for relief. Then we won't wait. In these 3 days, we need to survive and show the government that Huangli Village is worth saving. Village will be sealed in 3 days. Die from illness or hunger. The county takes no responsibility. Why aren't they responsible? We're not sick yet. The kids are still waiting on medicine. Huangli Village is such a mess. Who knows if there's a plague starting here? Anyone leaving the village in 3 days will be arrested according to the decree. Forget it, nobody work anymore. Let's just wait to die. No, in 3 days we will make Huangli Village unrecognizable. Goal: clean and non-stop work. Hot water is available and accounts are kept. Show the county we're not just some random village. We're a village that can be saved. Starting now, Huangli Village is divided into 4 teams. The cleaning team digs and sweeps houses. The firewood team collects and carries firewood. The boiling water team keeps the fire and boils water. The kitchen team makes and serves porridge. Each team has a leader. All firewood, water, and grain are recorded in the public account. Work earns water tickets. Anyone who steals public grain gets on a list. You really think you're the village chief now? If you don't agree, you don't have to work. But if you don't work, you don't get priority water. I'm on the kitchen team. I can dig ditches and collect firewood. Boss Zhang is online. Huangli Village starts corporate-style management. Less nonsense. Worker Lu, time for you to get on the production line. Aren't all stoves lit like this? Why are you dismantling it? You used to burn firewood, and all the heat escaped. Now we're reworking it, so the flame runs right under the pot. It uses half the firewood and boils water faster. Others burn firewood. We burn for efficiency. How many pots can we boil at the same time? Change to a connected stove. 3 pots boiling water and porridge together. Ash water on an assembly line. It's a disaster year cafeteria. Low budget, but we survive. Dirty water must go in ditches, not near the well. Only clean buckets in the clean water area. Ash is buried in one place. Don't dump dirty water back by the well. Immediate ticket deduction. Now we manage sanitation too. It's not about fussiness. It's about staying alive through this. When you're out in the world, survival is the main goal. You almost slipped up. Occupational habit, my mouth is faster than my brain. Next time, your water ticket gets docked. Boss, can I get an appeal process?
Denied.
None of you died yet. Sorry to disappoint you. How do you have the skills for this? Skills aren't a gift from the sky. They're developed through management. Miss Xingyu, today, there were 30 more bowls of porridge than yesterday. And water hasn't run out. Same bundle of firewood. Used to boil 1 pot. Now it boils 3 pots. This is called skill-based poverty relief, got it? Based on today's headcount, the grain only lasts 2 days. What about day 3? You want to make things to trade for food. On day 3, we won't wait for porridge. We'll sell things. Huangli's first business transaction is about to open. Auntie, this little bit of oil can save a life. No, it can save even more lives in trade. Lower the heat, don't burn it. This isn't cooking. It's doing business. Can you really sell something, Miss Black? It looks rough, but it cleans well. No money, no materials. No reputation, then survive by making use of scraps. Huangleo Village's second business shot. Focusing on waste reuse. Less talking, keep stirring. Isn't this the fancy soap nobles use? No, nobles wouldn't use it on their faces. It's too rough. We're selling hand soap. For washing hands. For washing hands and cloth. Stains come out clean even with less water. Really clean. Disaster victims can't afford it. Rich people don't care for it. But travel stations and the county office, they definitely need it. Targeted clients. Vertical market. Speak straight. Sell to people most afraid of dirt. Cleanliness, not fragrance, is what's most valuable in disaster years. You're from Huangleo Village? A whole village dares to come into town. We washed our clothes by hand, dried them, and came to sell goods. We're not causing trouble. A refugee woman daring to do business with the county office. I'm not here to beg. I'm here to make things easier for the county office. It's faster than using ash. What's this called? Clean water soap washes dirt, saves water and wood. One basin with this saves burning several pots of water. Saves changing out cloth as much. Not fancy but practical. Disasters are not the time for showy stuff. To survive is ultimate luxury. How do you price it? Trial use first 10 coins. If it works, pay with food. It's good. The county office will take it. Please sign for receipt. Record it as public property. Taking it privately counts as theft. Need a signature too. The formula is ours. The county office using it is already showing you respect. No signature, no goods left. How dare you bargain with officials? I'm negotiating with the accounts. The goods and quantities are clear. The deal only counts with a signature. Leave the goods here. Leave the formula. The people can get out. If the county office wants to buy it, we'll supply it. If they try to take it by force, Huangleo Village won't sell. Guards, arrest these troublemakers poisoning the people. Lu Chunzhou, remember this. Today, they're not arresting us. Then what is it? They're destroying their own livelihood with their own hands. Huangleo Village is secretly making poison, intending to harm the people. If it's poison, do you dare to test it in public? You still dare to argue. You call it poison. Then let's test it in front of everyone. You say it's useless. Then let's wash in front of everyone. We're not afraid to test the technology. We're only afraid someone won't let the truth come out. What's going on? Sir, they're making poison and talking back to the county office. Sir, please prepare 3 basins of water and 3 dirty rags. Whether it's poison or soap, 1 wash will tell. First basin, clean water. Second basin, lye water. Third basin, clean hand soap. Acting all mysterious, huh? The third one is much cleaner. The bad smell is gone too. Sir, I can testify. A pile of dirty rags, washed with this, really saves water and effort. You've been bribed by them. Don't rush, the demo isn't over yet. This is called a public test. Shut up and stop trying to control the narrative. Washing with clean water uses up a lot of water. Washing with lye water hurts your hands and the rags. Washing with clean hand soap saves on boiling water and firewood. But you can't use too much. You want the county office to buy this. It's not about buying something rare. It's about buying convenience. Washing hands, rags, and tools every day with just 1 bar means less filth in the camp and less risk of illness. A broken stove isn't worth much. What you're really buying is a chance to save a few more lives. It's not fancy or expensive, but it can help through years of disaster. This product is all about being useful. If the county office orders, how soon can you supply? Place the order first. Once goods arrive, everything is clear. The county office gets clean production. Huangleo village gets to survive. This is a win-win. Sir, you win both ways. 500 bars of clean hand soap in 3 days. That's impossible, sir. Their background is unclear, and they're even slandering me. Sir, here's the witness list. Supervisors, washing room staff, and the medicine supplier at the door all heard him forcefully keep Huo and coerce the formula. I'm willing to testify. I heard it too. He also said without a bribe, you'd never get into the office. Bring him in for investigation. Sir, I'm being wronged. $503. We have enough raw materials, workers, and molds. Then we'll turn the whole village into a workshop. Boss Jiang, you're really starting a factory now. It's not starting the event. It's starting right here. Trade your labor for your shares. What's a share? You earn work points by contributing. After delivery, you'll be paid oil and grains based on points. Mixing and drying all count. You're not working for me. You're earning a living for yourselves. Boss Jiang is crowdfunding for 3 years to start this. Quiet. Start the equipment. Just press your foot and it'll stir itself. Saves your arms. One person working to exhaustion is mindless labor. A group working by process is called production. Wooden molds shape them in batches. Bamboo racks for ventilation and drying. Cut the soap so they fit the standard frame. Don't make some look like bricks and others like cakes. We care about size too. Officials check quantity and quality when receiving. No points for unqualified products. Do you get what standardization means? It means don't surprise your customers with mystery boxes. Less talking. More tool making. Don't mess with us. We'll do the mixing. Men dig mud and repair wells. Women can earn money too. Anjay, you're now head of the pedal soap team. I can be on a team too. Being skilled, steady, and careful is what matters. I work too. You contributed your mouth. Talking doesn't earn work points. Hahaha. I also carried ash just now. Spilled half of it, kicked over a basket. Disrupting production. You're disqualified for today. Don't block our chance to earn food. Third group's full. Fourth batch is done too. How many more left? That's enough. Half a day early. Wow. I earned this myself. You're not just someone waiting for relief anymore. Congratulations to everyone. Huangliu Village's soap is officially delivered. Today, everyone has become a worker and made it. What's a worker? It's someone who earns a living with their hands. Cover it tightly. Don't let the rice husk spread. There's a crack at the upper dam. If the flood comes, Huangliu village is done for. This time, we're not just making things. We're fighting for our lives. The dam has cracked. The water is coming. The foundation will collapse. We have to divert the flow. Divert what? The water's washing straight at us. We can't stop the water. So let's let it go where it's supposed to. Three things at the same time: dig and reverse Liu Canal. Drive wooden stakes and pile sandbags to protect the village entrance. Listen to him, I'll organize people. Strong men, go stake the dam. Women, fill the sandbags. Elders, boil ginger soup. Kids, pass the ropes. Injured, light the fires for us. Who are you to command the whole village? Because I can keep everyone alive till dawn. Madam, come with me to fight this. I'll go stake, I'll dig. Liu San, you and I'll go fetch more help. Work now. And split the food tomorrow. If you run now, you're out for good? The water, food, and work point lists. The whole village is watching you. Try it. You dare? I'll stake. Tie it up. Don't slack off. Slacking doesn't count. Jiang Chengyu, everyone's in position. The whole village is at work. Don't let the flood steal our rice bowls. Dig the canal along the old riverbed. Don't let it curve toward the village. Drive the wooden stakes in at an angle. Reinforce the water side. If you don't get it, just follow my finger. Don't ask why first, save lives. Group 3 sandbags, reinforced by the village gate. The soup team, bring it over. Kids, stay away from the water, just pass the ropes. Drink some soup so you don't collapse from the cold. Lu Chunzhou, give me the rope. The rope, it's at its limit. Keep pushing the sandbags. The village is still here. We're still here. Engineer Lu almost wiped out. Almost a total disaster. You're not allowed to quit. The orders aren't done. Heartless boss. Boss, help! You did all this in one night? Someone in our village can save lives. Floodwaters made it to the county granary. 3,000 dan of grain could be lost. The county asks if you can save the grain. We can save it. But we need to talk terms this time. If we can't save this batch of grain, I won't be able to keep my position. And don't expect things to go well for you either. Threats aren't payment, sir. You dare bargain with the authorities. It's not bargaining. It's giving you a stable solution. The roads into the county are not completely destroyed yet. Grain can get moldy, but not from a bit of damp. As long as moisture moves out fast, it can be saved. It's already a bit damp. Can it still be saved? Spread it out for ventilation. Low heat drying, not open flame. Open fire dries the outside, leaves the inside damp. That ruins it completely. We can save it, but first evacuate the moisture. 4 conditions. 300 acres of wasteland around Huangluo village to use. 3 months without taxes. Huangyu factory gets legal registration. When the grain is saved, 1/10 becomes public grain. Outrageous! That's taking advantage of the crisis. Sir, the fire is already in the granary. 3,000 dough of grain. If the city runs out, refugees will riot. The county can't keep order. Disaster relief costs will skyrocket. Are you threatening me? Huangliu village is saving the grain. Sir, you're saving your reputation. That's called crisis management. Wait any longer and it's a public fiasco. Yeah. Sign it and we start tonight. Don't sign, we'll head back and protect our village. If we can't save the grain, we walk away. If we succeed, here's the grain rescue cheat sheet. Bottom layer, fire pit. Middle layer, ash insulation. Top layer, bamboo sieve. Keep it ventilated. Open a hole in the roof to let steam out. Pedal-powered fans to move the air. The fire mustn't be too big. Small fire for heating. Airflow, not baking cakes. Don't turn my grain into scorched rice. Huangli work team, listen up. Spreading team, turning team, firing team, fan team. Tonight's work points are doubled. Anyone slacks off, no work points tomorrow. Understood? No wind directly onto the fire. Let the hot air circle around the grain. Can't believe you figured this out.
It's basic, don't ask.
If you ask, it's just a science guy's survival mode. Stabilize the temperature. We're really doing this. How much did you save? Most of it is safe. Time to keep your promise, sir. Miss Xingyu, we finally have our own land. Land, worker housing, and 3 months of breathing space. Congrats to Huangli Village, promoted from makeshift to official team. Sir, trouble. Refugees outside the city. Heard the granary has food, and are heading to town. At least 1,000 people. Close the city gates, quick. Hungry people get desperate. The gate can't hold for long. What do we do now? If we can't stop them, we have to give them a way to survive. You have another plan? We have food, land, and people. Time for the third round of chess. Open the granary and give out food. Go further and they get lethal force. No exceptions. If anyone draws a blade first, the city can't be defended today. How can I feed thousands of refugees? You're not feeding them, sir. You're employing them to rebuild the city. People get hungry, food runs out, roads break, water gets dirty. So have them fix roads and dry grain, purify water, mill flour. Food isn't just handed out. Register to work. Earn food by work, poop scooping, well cleaning, grain hauling, making shelters, repairing roads. All work gets marked for points. Rich folks can earn points too. Elders can tend the fires. Women sort, children move water. Light work earns points just the same. But what about thieves? Thieves get kicked out. One stroke of the pen. They lose their water and food rations. We tried this in Huangli Village. Playing kanji lasts 1 day. Points can get you through tomorrow. What if things get out of control? Form teams by job. Distribute food by team. People have stuff to do, so they won't make trouble. It's called precision crowd control. Don't let a crowd become a safety hazard. In plain language, don't all crowd together, or you'll ruin the first project. Dig drainage canals. Build water purification shelters. Set up drying rooms. And rebuild this water wheel mill. The mill helps in disaster relief, saves manual labor. Water drives the wheels, wheels turn the shaft. Fewer people needed to turn the mill. One spin does more work. It's running. Wow. See? The water's doing the work. We just reap the reward. Not just for carpenters, porters, or fire tenders. Come register with me. I can still earn food. If you're able, you can work for grain. Work for food. Theft leads to expulsion. Skilled workers go to the workshops. Rich folks and elders earn points through light tasks. So where do we go? Team 1 goes to Huangliu village to produce goods. Team 2 guards the granary and dries the grain. Team 3 repairs city canals. Team 4 runs the riverside mill. If this method works, I'll report it to the state office. Please write it all out clearly, sir. It's not that Huangliu village has gods, but that refugees can be productive too. Now, that's what I call an upgraded system. Enough! Go guard the water wheel. Stabilize by going on the offensive, imitate the model. Sir, should we act? They're cutting off our disaster relief profits. It's just one village. Huangliu village isn't a big deal. The useless rules from Huangliu village don't apply in my rice shop. This is a ticket recognized by the county office. Just because the county accepts it doesn't mean the Shen family has any. We grain merchants have to agree first. Those wooden tags of yours are worthless. You can't get grain with those coupons. Isn't that just scamming people? Whether or not the grain coupon is valuable is not for you to decide. It's whether he can actually exchange it for grain that matters. Do you have grain? We'll have it soon. There's only so much storage space. We can't keep serving porridge forever. Then what about our work points? Are all our efforts for nothing? Work point coupons are still valid for labor. Disaster victims get priority. The elderly and weak come first. Where is the grain coming from? Ask worker Lu. Start up the water wheel mill. What does start up mean? It means letting water do the work instead of people. Main goal, not indulging the bad habits of the grain merchants. The drive belt is too loose. It's grinding too slowly. Raise the axle. Only then will the power run smoothly. With this adjustment, how much more can it grind? It takes half a day for a person to grind 1 sack of grain. The water wheel can grind all morning with 1 turn. That's enough pearl flour for half the street. You can make pancakes or porridge with it. Wet grain needs to be dried before grinding. The finer the grain, the easier it is to divide and store. Anjay, get the pot ready. Start with mixed grain cakes. Keep the group under control. Starting today, Huangliu Grain Shop is open. We accept work points and grain coupons. We don't accept oven rack stubs. The more you work, the bigger the discount. The elderly and weak get theirs first. No cutting in line. Purchase limits can prevent snatching and prevent panic. If everyone knows there will be more tomorrow, no one will rush to buy everything today. The second load of flour is here. The water wheel is running at full efficiency. You really can exchange them. As long as you have a coupon, you'll get grain. Boss, they're not coming to buy rice anymore. A bunch of pulpers suddenly know how to queue up. What do we do now? If he can sell grain, I'll make sure he has no grain left to sell. Who? Leave the cart. Get out of here. Can't exchange grain coupons for grain. Jiang Jingyu is a liar. If coupons can't be exchanged, they're just waste paper. Don't panic, don't panic. Today, anyone in line with a coupon gets hot porridge first. Within 3 days, we'll make up the grain. And if you can't make it up? If we don't make it up in 3 days, I'll pay double. Coupons are still valid. Huangliu Grain Shop is staking everything. The carts haven't arrived, that's suspicious. Can you find them? The ruts are so deep. The grain wasn't stolen, someone hid it. How can you tell? If it was all stolen, the return tracks would be shallow. There are no shallow tire marks here. The carts never came back. They went to the old ferry crossing. The goods are still on them. If it's the Shen family, then all the more reason the officials should go. We're not picking a fight, just doing our job. Go rescue the ferry. They forced me to drive the carts here. The bridge is out, can't cross. It's not rotten, it's warped. Cutting off the grain is forcing people to riot. Sir, do we wait any longer? Search the Shen family's private storage. First, fix the bridge and head back. And bring the evidence. Last section is open. They call this no grain. Assistant County Chief, this is Shen family's private property. On one hand, they claim there's a shortage. On the other, they hoard and wait for the price to rise. Manager Shen sure knows how to calculate. It's normal for merchants to have private stock. It's not that you have no grain. You're just waiting for people to beg so you can hike the price. The Shen family is manipulating grain prices. They're disturbing public order. The hoarded grain is confiscated. Some will be allocated to the Wang Liu shop for fair price sales. If you keep obstructing, the warehouse will be sealed and investigated. Everyone who got porridge today will be compensated with grain per their coupons. If even an ounce is missing, Huang Liu will make it up. Miss Zhang, I shouldn't have yelled at you earlier. It's normal to be upset when you're starving. Next time, don't let anyone use you as a tool. Whoever withholds grain exposes themselves. This whole scheme just backfired on them. What report? He said the Shen family is a disgrace. He blocked my way to making a living. He can't stay. The grain price is a small problem. If you really want to destroy him, go after his workwear. How do you ruin someone's reputation? Make everyone in the county fear his products. Once they use your product, and their clothes fall apart, you're branded a crooked merchant. Give refunds and pay for damages. But that's not our batch from yesterday. Don't worry, let's talk it through. Is it really ours? Check before accusing. If it's really ours, I'll pay for it.
If not,
I'll make the counterfeiter pay. You want to take it off or not? I'll examine it right now. Look, he really bit through the fabric. Did you see that? It's clearly harmful. That's not our formula. It's lost 30% of its weight. Just washing can tear the fabric. Just because you say it isn't yours doesn't make it so. Genuine goods have an embossed stamp and batch number. You don't have either. One has a name and a number. The other is an unknown scammer. Who sold it to you? Why run? Feeling guilty, jumping on the highway. From now on, every batch of soap will be stamped with a batch number. The supervisor and production date will be engraved. What if there's really a problem in the future? Trace it by the batch number. Whoever made it, handle it there. Fix problems wherever they show up. What about the fake ones? Without the Huang Liu stamp, it's not Wang Liu's product. Understand what standardization means? It's like giving the product an ID card. What ID? He says even products need household registration. The fake goods stand took money from the Shen family. Again, the Shen family. From now on, the Huang Liu quality guarantee stamp is on display here. There's a stamp, a ledger, and compensation. Before you buy, check for the stamp. Recognize this mark. Don't buy cheap knockoff brands. Anti-counterfeiting measures are leveling up. The Shen family basically sent us a product update. Still, we have to guard against them causing more trouble. There's a fire! We're on fire! There are 300 accounts still inside. Don't rush in. First, cut off the fire's path. The fire is still inside. Go in and you won't come out. Tear down the straw sheds to make a fire break. When fighting a fire, most dangerous isn't water. It's when there's nothing left to burn. Two people, please. Steady the pump, don't fan the smoke. M at the fire's base. This wooden bucket can spray water. If it works, don't worry about how. Cough, cough. Why did you go back inside? The ledger and I are both safe. Count everyone present. Rescue people first, then the ledger, then the goods. We can always make new goods. If people die, it doesn't matter how big our win is. This wasn't an accident. Someone poured oil everywhere. Who would be so evil? Put out the fire first. We'll deal with the records tomorrow. The public workshop burned down. Are we out of work again? Number. From today on. Huangliu's public workshop has compensation. There's fire safety protocol now. No one can burn away our livelihoods. Those injured will be paid first from the mutual aid fund. Night shift fire guards earn double work points. From now on, everyone's responsible for fire patrol shifts. New warehouses won't adjoin straw sheds. Water tanks should always have pumps. So this fire really set some ground rules. The villain comes bearing an experience package. We can't accept it for nothing. The Zhou household sent people over. If they see the workshop on fire, the Huangliu pilot program is done for. They really picked the perfect time to show up. Then let's let them see what it means to rise up even stronger after the fire. Master Han, you think this fire was arson, right? There was a fire at Huangliu workshop last night. The fire started at the old warehouse's east corner. Lost 87 pieces of material and 23 finished products. 3 people were slightly injured. It's already been covered by the mutual aid fund. The leftover oilcloth has been sealed. We're waiting for the county office to investigate. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm talking numbers. This is the damage report. Here's the personnel arrangement. The oil, firewood, and finished product areas are separated. Hand-press water pumps are placed at the entrance. There's a firewall in the middle, so the flames can't sweep through everything. Everyone talks about rules, but seeing the setup in person beats looking at a chart. If you don't believe me, sir, we can check now. Light the fire. Really light it. A fire drill without a real fire is just for show. Once it's lit, pull back. Don't just throw water everywhere. First, push down the fire brake and retreat half a step. Huangliu village is impressive, sir. They just got lucky. A small village might save itself, but might not handle a big disaster. He's right. Huangliu village can save itself, but that's not a big deal. 3 days from now, there will be a camp for 10,000 disaster victims outside Zhou City. Can you use your method there too? 10,000 people, that's a lot of mouths to feed. We can. What do you need? People, carts, food, and a location. Anything else? Dispatch writes. Jiang is asking for direct authority. Otherwise, how will you save 10,000? Just shouting slogans. 3 days from now. I'll see how you handle 10,000 people. The porridge is gone. We'll starve. Block them, hold everyone back. Stop. If you don't organize, even 10 people are chaotic. But 10,000 can be managed. How do you manage 10,000? Red tags. Elderly, weak, sick, and kids get porridge first. Blue tags. Able-bodied men and women go to work. White tags. Skilled workers register in the tents. No more plain porridge. It's not no more. We just can't give only that. Just porridge will cause chaos again tomorrow. Work for food. That starts today. You handle the water. Water can't be put out at just one spot. Crowds crush it. The Joe shed collapses first. Set up multiple water points. Distribute porridge in different lines. Use wooden barrels to filter. Layer with charcoal and sand. Boil big pots. Main head manages water flow. Draw water from 3 sides. Can this truck still move? That's why it's a mobile water purifier. Push it wherever the crowd is thick. It's a flexible water plant. He said it's safe to drink. No fighting. 3 lines, 3 drains. Those who cut in line drink last. Blue tags go dig drainage ditches. White tags, skilled workers, give your names. Red tags enter the tents first. No crowding. They're actually lining up. People fear chaos, not rules. As long as the rules help them survive. 320 red tags, over 800 blue, 170 white. Now assign tent leaders. 1 leader per 10 tents, 1 side per 100 people. Isn't this like the old porridge relief routine? That only keeps people full for 1 meal. I want them to survive tomorrow too. This isn't just a camp. It's a temporary city. Water, logistics, and food circulation must all flow. We need to rebuild order. The Huangliu model really can be copied. It's bad. Not enough fabric shelters. If it gets cold at night, the old and kids won't make it. There's not much coarse cloth left in the city warehouse. No tents, 1 gust of wind, and illness spreads. We've stabilized today. But things could fall apart tomorrow. There are cloth merchants in town. They'll jack up the price. Then let's get our own cloth by tonight. Another new challenge starts. Don't open it up to rich men workshops. The shelters lack canvas tonight. The old and kids can't make it. 1 bolt of cloth is 5 times the price. It wasn't this price yesterday. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is a disaster year. If you want emergency cloth, pay silver. You're taking advantage and price gouging. Business is voluntary, sir. Without our cloth, you won't have any tents up tonight. Then we're not buying. You're selling cloth. But what we need is wind and cold protection. There isn't just one way. Jiang's bypassing the middleman again. This time we're producing ourselves. Who can spin yarn? Who can weave cloth? Who can sew or mend? I can mend clothes. I can spin yarn. I can sew quilt covers. Starting now, we're building our own workshop. Those who can spin thread, Those who can weave make cloth. Those who can sew make tent covers, quilt covers, and bandages. We women can also earn life-saving food. From now on, if anyone says you just know how to line up for porridge, they can come see who wove this cloth. Ladies, let's work. Step on it, and it spins faster. If hand spinning is slow, add a foot pedal. If that's slow, use 10 wheels at once. Lou, how does your brain work? That's how engineers do it. If you can save effort, never waste your strength. Use tokens to record work points. Spin a bundle of thread, earn a point. Weave a foot of cloth, get 2 points. Sew a piece of tent cloth, 3 points. If it's not good, don't redo. No meal penalty, but no work points. Then we can trade for food. Work points for grain, or trade for cloth tickets. So it's not work for free. It's performance pay. What do we tally up? The more you work, the more you earn. I love hearing that. Is this rough cloth actually usable? Emergency cloth doesn't need to look good. Just needs to be thick, quick, and tough. As long as it keeps the wind out and doesn't have big holes. It's enough for tonight. Give the first batch of tent cloth to the old and weak area. Red tag tents use them first. Elderly, children, and the sick get wind protection tonight. The monopoly failed. Downvote incoming. Not a downvote. Just market education. It's warm. This is what you earned. For the first time, I don't feel like a burden. Remember this. In a disaster year, those who can work are all productivity. You're not just giving them aid. You're helping them stand back up. Making a living with skills. Much tougher than waiting for the state. Master Han, the drought is getting worse in the 3 upper counties. If spring sowing is delayed, there will be another big disaster next year. Irrigation canals are cracked in all 3 counties. Farmers are afraid to plant. We can't just rescue for now. We have to save next season's grain too. The canal is dry. Even if we plant the seeds, they'll die. If we wait 3 more days, this year is done for. It's not that there's no water. The water just can't reach the fields. What do you mean? The main canal is silted up. The water outlet is in the wrong place. The water is just circling upstream, while downstream they're left with nothing but dust. So what should we do? Carry the water down by hand. Hauling water is hell for laborers. We need the water to move by itself. Don't fight over the water yet. Fighting won't yield any harvest. Only by fixing the canal do we have a future. There's so much water stuck here. It's not drought downstream. It's just that the upstream uses it all up. My family has used this outlet for generations. This water outlet has been passed down by my ancestors. What was passed down was the outlet, not the lives of the 3 downstream villages. You're a newcomer here, and you dare meddle with my family's water? I'm not meddling with your family's water. I'm trying to stop the disaster at the Joe estate. Ah, the water's moving now. Water flows downhill. But people can't stay stuck under old rules forever. Sir, put the water level markers here. We'll see who takes more and who takes less. Tomorrow it'll all be clear. Those repairing the canal get priority for water use. Split into time slots and water levels based on field size and crops. Make the daily records public. And what if the He family refuses to follow? Whoever repairs the canal gets water. Whoever refuses is out. That works better than arguing. Arguing only hurts your throat. Rules are what really save lives. The fields are alive again. Start the new rules in 3 days. If we can save the spring planting, report this method to the Joe administration. Just you wait. We're waiting for water, not for disaster. The ancestors' spirit is in this spring. Who dares release more water? I'll report it to the Joe government. That's perfect. Are you scared now? It's about time the Joe authorities see. What's more important, ancestral spirits or saving lives? My family's had spirit for 3 generations. This outlet is ours. Sir, without water, all 3 villages will lose their crops this year. Ancestral spirits come first, but disaster comes right after. Maybe both sides should compromise. If we give up the outlet, what about our he family's fields? We don't negotiate with words. We let the records speak. The first water ledger records the water usage and levels for each village over 3 days. The second is the public ledger. Who clears the silt, repairs the canal, installs the water wheel? Everyone signs and seals. The third, grain ledger. If all 3 villages downstream lose their crops, how much more grain will Joe need to collect next year? You think a bunch of ledgers can outweigh ancestral spirits? First save lives with water for 3 years. Then talk private rights. You're defending spirits. The government has to defend the people. After changing the canal, upstream gets 10% less water. Downstream can save 70% of their fields. This isn't stealing. It's saving wasted water. The dragon paddle water wheel increased the total amount of water.
Exactly.
It's not splitting the cake. It's making the cake bigger first. In short, stop just blocking others. Learn to expand production. Speak plainly. With more water, everyone survives. Why should I listen to you, a woman? Because if you don't, the 3 villages downstream will lose their harvest. And next year, Joe administration's relief grain will be taken first from your family's granary. Fine. Acknowledge the ancestral spirit. But in disaster years during the allocation period, distribute water by schedule. Whoever disrupts or sabotages the relief effort, you're taking away our water rights. Not if you join the water rights cooperative. You can be the canal supervisor, but all accounts must be public. If everyone only talks about ancestral spirits, how can we manage disasters? That's why we need an allocation period. Public ledgers, water ledgers, and formal rules. It's not about who shouts loudest gets the water. It's about who follows the rules. Trial disaster year water allocation in 3 counties. The family's ceremonial rights are preserved, but may not block relief water releases. We're saved now. I'll be the canal supervisor. Supervision is welcome. So is being supervised. This is called adding the villain to the group chat and making it viewable to all. Shut up. Don't confuse the chief magistrate. Urgent report water pooled overnight at the West Slope settlement. Shelters have collapsed. Outbreak risk in 3rd row. The drainage was poorly planned at the settlement. The worst fear isn't rain, it's disease. If water can enter the fields, it can enter people's lives and camps. Not enough medicine, not enough shelters, not enough staff. It's getting out of control. Don't list shortages yet. First split people, zones, and tasks. With this many people, how can you keep it straight? Confusion comes from not organizing. Elderly, sick laborers, and children each have their place. So chaos is avoided. There are 3 main problems. Shelters are built too low. The drainage ditch is incomplete. And the clean water station is too close to the sewage area. If we fix the water paths, people flow, and food supply, the camp will survive. Dig the main drainage ditch here. Branch it out around the shelters and move the clean water station higher, and direct sewage to lower ground. How long will it take to dig this trench? Split the people into 3 teams. 1 digs the main trench. 1 digs the branches. 1 raises and combines shelters. Don't force it, follow the plan. It's Liu Chang again. Liu Chang saves lives. Doing it wrong costs lives. Patients must not sleep on wet ground. Raise the beds by a foot. It halves the cold and dampness, fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Hang a red cloth over the sickbed. Move the elderly and children to the high shelters. All able-bodied people register their work type. There is a shelter chief for the food station. Where's the food? Distribute food, water, and medicine separately. Food is to the east, water to the north, medical help to the west. Anyone who cuts in line goes last. Records must be kept in detail. Who gets medicine? Who gets grain? Who dug ditches? Who collects? Track all work points. If you're willing, you can serve as account supervisor too. Can I earn work points for that as well? Bookkeeping is work too. But the ledgers are open, so anyone can check. I'll keep record for the medicine tent. The camp is so chaotic, even I can't fix it alone. And who pays for the medicine? Which disaster relief account covers which person? How do you record it? You save people, we'll confirm the expense. What if you owe me later? Magistrate Han will witness. Joe administration will stamp it. You won't lose on this deal. With government backing, aftercare is guaranteed. First triage those with fever. I'll see the patients. Red means the sick tents. Green means clean water, don't get it mixed up. You're not managing just a camp, but a temporary city. Disaster victims aren't the problem. Lack of order is the problem. Too much water isn't the issue. The problem is no way out. Same for people. One rainstorm nearly washed away the Joe pilot project. But because of this rain, we saw who can truly handle disaster. The emergency flow system works. Report to Joe authorities. And forward to the capital. Pilot methods for disaster year: public works, public housing, water conservancy, and public accounting. Will the capital believe this? They may not believe me, but they have to look at the accounts and results. Just a village woman and a craftsman, daring to discuss disaster management methods. Sir, if these trees are real, they've saved more than just the Joe family. They've saved the state treasury. The report says you saved 30,000 tons of relief grain in 7 days. I don't believe it. If you don't trust the accounts, you can check the people, the grain, and the work. Is the arid flow method an exaggerated achievement? Are the public food vouchers causing trouble for the officials? Are the public accounting visits hiding anything? 3 consecutive questions from the Bureau. Tension to the max. Shut up and stop posting random comments. If you must investigate, start with 3 places: the resettlement camp, fair-priced grain shop, and the women's workshop. You even dare to lead the way. Are you really not afraid? Beautiful accounts on paper. Don't mean the work was real. So, sir, please don't just look at numbers. Look at the people, the grain, and the work. See if anyone is hungry today. The irrigation ditches carry sewage out of the shelters. Joe Shelter has 3 separate pipelines to prevent overcrowding. Isn't disaster relief just handing out porridge? Disaster relief isn't just pouring porridge into a bowl. Waterways, grain supply, people flow. Any blockage can cause a problem. Separate account books for people, grain, work, and public matters. This isn't just ordinary bookkeeping. Regular records just show how much was spent. The 4-line accounts show who did what and where the grain went. Randomly pick 100 people. All right. What did you do today? I dug a quick water channel. Clearing and draining, Group 2 versus Group 2. Half a day's work, got 1 liter of grain. And you? Wove 3 feet of canvas, got half a liter of grain. Random spot check of 100 people. Both public distribution and grain allocation match. Lord Joe's account doesn't look improvised. The more flawless it is, the more it needs checking. This official is all about refusing to accept the impossible. Joe Songming was eager to review the grain records to ensure no errors. Rest assured, there's a 2,000 unit discrepancy. That's enough trouble for him. Jiang Xingyu scoffs. There's an extra 2,000 units of grain on the books. How do you explain this? Scoff. 2,000 units of disaster relief grain are unaccounted for. Miss Zhang is indeed capable. But in the end, private bookkeeping is never stable. This account is fake. Scoff, scoff. The account is right here. Is it fake just because you say so? One book can deceive. 4 books together can deceive even more. But you need to ask if the tracks on the ground agree. This time we're going to reconcile all 4 accounts. Bring the public ledger, grain distribution ledger, warehouse ledger, and location ledger. The ledgers are complicated. A common woman may not remember everything clearly. It doesn't matter if I can't recall everything. The accounts are clear. People are remembered clearly. Even the dust on the grain bags is accounted for. The Jia grain ledger says 300 units were distributed on the 8th. What's wrong with that? It poured rain on the 8th. Distribution stopped for half a day at the camp. All the able-bodied men were digging trenches. The distribution point was only open for an hour. Only 86 matching wooden tokens were handed out. The head of the shelter signed off right here. It rained heavily that day. We only received half a day's supply. Public ledger shows distribution. The grain ledger can account for 300 units. Maybe it was an omission. Missing a small amount is possible. Missing over 200 units feels like a mass famine. 300 units of grain required 20 carts. Yet only 6 marked carts were outside the warehouse. What does that say? It means the grain didn't leave. Unless it could fly. The warehouse door was tampered with last night. And there are no corresponding transport marks on the ground. The dust layer on the grain bags is intact. No large batches have been moved recently. The official record says the grain is gone. But the ground says the grain is still here. Which side do you trust? People must match the public ledger. Public ledger must match inventory. Paper passing inspection isn't enough. It has to pass live inspection as well. Sir, I'm talking about auditing. This method prevents one-sided fraud. Who handled the ledger last night? I merely kept it according to regulations. Take them for investigation. Even if the grain account is falsified, the grain in the warehouse is about to spoil. What will you use for disaster relief? The account was just checked. Now clear grain is about to spoil. It's not all ruined yet. But if we delay any longer, it really will be. Audit is only the first step. Now we save the grain. If this batch sits for 3 more days, it'll all be ruined. The ledger may be correct, but the grain is spoiled. That's all there is to famine management. It's not the grain that's bad. It's the warehouse that's bad. Spoiled grain in the warehouse. Who's responsible for that? I'll save what can be saved. I'll seal off what can't be eaten. Who brought in the damp grain? I'll investigate thoroughly. Remove all grain not yet moldy immediately. Move warehouses and clear out the damp grain. Sun dry and mill it into flour. Distribute as soon as possible. Isolate any unprocessed grain. No one is to eat it. Will dividing it this way be quick enough? If you don't, it'll be too late. Relief grain isn't just numbers on a ledger. It's survival in the bowls of the people. Dispose in levels. It's much clearer than a pile of messy accounts. Low foundation, airtight walls. Grain bags are placed directly on the ground. That's basically giving mold a luxury suite. Old warehouse has stored it this way for decades. Decades of mistakes. Doesn't mean we need to repeat them today. The vent was blocked. And the blockage is very new. This isn't negligence. Someone wanted the grain to spoil. Elevate off the ground. Let the wind flow underneath. Flip the beams every half hour. The grain will survive. Grain fears dampness. Warehouses fear suffocation. Piling grain kills it. It's no wonder it spoils. 30 people in the flipping group, 40 people in the drying group. Damp grain is separately recorded. They turned bad practices into official procedures. This batch of damp grain came from Shenwan warehouse with disaster relief label. He's not selling grain. He's selling disaster. There's a voucher. There's a warehouse entry timestamp. There's bag serial numbers. And this knot on the rope. Shen family's bags are unmistakable. Master. They found the warehouse entry voucher. Then burn the voucher clean. Burn it all together. If the ledger is gone, let's see how they bite me. If the ledger is gone, let's see how he audits. Paper records are gone, but there's still the path records. Miss Zhang fire shows no mercy. Don't accuse others carelessly. Wheels 2 feet, 3 inches wide. Double-stranded rope tied backward. This type of rope is commonly used at Qingzhou West Wharf. Can you recognize your own grain bag ties, Lian Hao? How does the ledger determine origin? Grain bags have distinct habits. Rope knots are unique. Wheel width varies. Objects don't lie for people. Physical evidence turns up. That's real expertise. This is called a chain of evidence. Modern folk know how. Driver first states when the cart was loaded. Night of the 6th, before midnight. Porter, after midnight. Arrived at West Wharf, 260 grain bags. Warehouse worker. Entered Joe's warehouse before sunrise. Pulled Shen family's old label. Scoff, scoff. They coordinated their stories separately. The timing matches up. Number of carts matches. Label count matches. Manager Shen. Isn't that a coincidence? Think carefully before you speak. The Shen family gave money. Told me to say I couldn't remember. That's right. Your accounts are burned, but the driver's feet aren't burned. The dock worker's hands aren't burned. The knot on the grain bag isn't burned. Merchant transports grain. What crime is there? Auditing relief accounts during a disaster isn't for punishment. It's to improve grain exchange for the next generation, so it doesn't end up in people's mouths. It's impressive that private accounting can trace this far. Account books can be burned, but you can't burn the roads, unless you burn the whole route. You might check my grain, but can you check the roads across 3 counties? Urgent report, disaster relief convoy to Baywang County. Mountain flood washed out the plank road and blocked the way. Grain on the road is more dangerous than grain in the warehouse. Then add the roads to the account too. The grain is just over the mountain. No matter how well you keep the books, it's useless if the grain can't be delivered. The accounts keep coming. Only then can roads be repaired in order. Lord Lu, this road is impassable. Give me half a day. I'll get the carts through in half a day. The big carts can't go through. Then break them down into smaller carts. Even small carts are heavy. Then break them into beams and straps. Roads aren't just weighted out, they're calculated and constructed. When war starts, all beams and straps are renumbered. Big carts switch to small carts. Grain sacks have uniform weight. Every sack is numbered. No mixing one batch when crossing the bridge. Each batch breaks off. Number the grain sacks. Cross the bridge batch by batch, except on the other side. This isn't just a temporary method. It's the grain transport protocol. We count small paths, but we can also earn work credits. Whoever knows the road best is the lifesaver. Leading the way, tying ropes, moving beams, all earn work credits. Follow me. 2 main beams. 3 crossbars. Ropes pulled tight first. Then lay the planks. Putting the pulley here saves labor. This will hold up. Light carts in batches. Don't risk it. The bridge isn't uncrossable. But you can't cross blindly. Take it slow. 1 cart, 2 straps. Don't be greedy. The bridge lets you through. But life doesn't let you show off. Oh, the grain's arrived. The grain has arrived. Code 37, received on the other side. If one sack's missing, trace it to the end. Lord Joe, grain, carts, people, and roads are all on the books. This method can be accounted for. Finally, it's not that I don't trust you. All the shopkeepers say, medicinal herbs are 3 times more expensive. No payment, no business. Grain just arrived and now medicine is cut off. When the sick stop, the camp that was just stabilized by medicine is at risk again. Grain merchants have arrived. And now medicine merchants. Go. This time, don't bid high for drugs. Medicines are expensive in disaster years. No silver, no treatment. My child burned with fever all night. It's fine to do business. But raising prices during disasters isn't right. That's the price for medicinal herbs. Buy it or don't. If you force prices down, merchants will stop supplying medicines. Then we won't force them. Open bidding. What bidding? Officials publish the list of needed herbs. Each merchant quotes openly. Lowest price, best quality wins. Accounts are public, settled in batches. Selling inferior goods means getting blacklisted. Whoever delivers reliably gets paid. That's our price. Then let those willing to supply medicine come in. Once the gates open. The monopoly is broken. We have bupleurum, mint, kudzu root. Price can be lower. These, who dares to use small fox demon herbs? If the medicine works, it's usable. Open bidding, triple ledger flow. Not forcibly taking, and not harming anyone. You've been prepared for a while. Little medicine boys do the purchasing. Can't just wait for one quote. In disaster years, need to have suppliers in place. Medicine can't all go on one cart and be delivered randomly. Number them according to the sick ward. If even one is missing, it's traceable. Medicinal herbs mixed up, then prescriptions get confused. So separate to prevent mixing. Oilcloth for moisture protection. Delivery routes must be written down too. Medicine packs and cloth sacks are ready. To claim, need triple receipt forms. Pharmacy keeps 1 copy. Sick ward keeps 1 copy. Accounting office keeps one copy. So who pays for the medicine? Disaster relief public funds pay. Settled in batches, whoever got treated paid for. Everything used is recorded. That way I dare prescribe. We can lower prices too. Can quote again tomorrow. Same herbs, same preparation. Lowest price wins. Pharmacy, sick ward, and public accounting each hold a copy. In future audits, all three places can cross-check. Lord Joe. Within 7 days, find the flaws in the disaster relief flow method. Otherwise, the Ministry of Revenue won't adopt it. Tomorrow I want to see how you hand this method to another county. Knowing how isn't enough. Teaching others means it can be replicated. Jiang Xingyu, Lu Chenju, you can do it yourselves, does not mean others can learn it. So today, don't watch how I do it. Watch how they do it. After you leave, who keeps the books, who repairs the water wheel, who distributes grain, who handles disease control. Accounting group, labor group, expansion group, buying group, warehousing group. Key is hands-on ability, no fancy tricks. Same tools too. Good tools aren't just for craftsmen. Ordinary people can assemble them by looking at diagrams. Wood axle no. 1. Water bucket no. 2. Secure no. 3. 4 ceiling boards. 3 steps. Check diagram, match holes, secure. That's what you mean by teaching. First mistake is normal. Fixing mistakes is what makes it standardized. This water wheel used to look like a magical device. Now, when we take it apart, turns out every step matches the numbers. Don't worship mythical tools. Knowing how to disassemble, assemble, and repair means it's really useful. Numbered diagrams and steps allow duplication. Resident registration plate. Work credit registration plate. Grain distribution plate. Household courtyard plate. Sick child triage plate. Public accounts purchasing plate. Warehouse grain grading. Drainage rights timing plate. Expansion duties plate. Inventory plate. Abnormal report plate. So many plates. Afraid you can't remember. If you can't remember, check the plates. Rules written on walls are more reliable than memorized. Rich people aren't just waiting for porridge. Give them work and accounts. Give them wages. They can carry half the camp. Cases are credited for good, not bad. If no credit, whoever did it signs. Disaster relief can't rely on heroes alone. No need to remind them. Let them handle it themselves. See, once one's chaotic, they all are. Stop and review. The beam team blocked a sick ward. I didn't hang the triage plate. Able-bodied men didn't register first. Where's the blockage? Who didn't receive orders? Which plate isn't hung? Which account is out of sync? Speak up and fix it yourself. Teaching people is harder than finishing the task. Lord Joe is stuck. Don't disturb, system is updating. Urgent report from Baishan County. A registered group of disaster victims suddenly disappeared. The grain vouchers are still there, claimed by imposters. All the people vanished. Your accounts are still in the cold. This is the flaw in the disaster relief flow method. It's not wrong accounts. Someone hid the people. Vouchers are here, but people aren't, so the grain can't be distributed. We're picking up grain for relatives. Why not? Picking up grain for others is fine, but not for the deceased or missing. And definitely not for your own greed. He's withholding disaster grain. Even grain vouchers aren't recognized now, and the people can't be found. Then your account is nothing but empty. Suspend all involved grain vouchers. Starting now. Identity plate, ward head, triple check. Must show up in person. Plate inspection verification. Ward head confirmation. You said they're not here. Show me the evidence. They didn't take the water jug. The stove ashes are still warm. There are muddy footprints going toward the mountain path. There are also tire tracks here. They escaped on their own. The elderly and weak can't get far. This means they were rounded up and taken away. We can still find them. They'll need water and shelter, They'll need to avoid starting fires. If you can't find them in the camp, go to the riverbank. Look for smoke marks downwind. Over there. Don't drive us away. They said the camp doesn't want the elderly anymore. The Wangliu camp doesn't abandon the elderly and weak. Who tricked you into leaving? Who should really get out of here? They said to hand the ration coupons to the agent. Food would be delivered. The cart came twice. Someone from the Zhang took them back fraudulently. They made the process a mess. It's actually pretty complete. Unfortunately, even a bad process is still a process. We can trace it from here. Old coupons are void. Issue new coupons. Recover rations from fraud. Agent list is to be made public. From now on, the elderly and weak can be led by Chief Peng. But it must be witnessed by 2 people. Use the missing person verification method for guidance. The double certification method can be added to the regulations. There was a loophole. No cover-ups, no concealment. Fixing it becomes a new rule. Patch the system. The more patches, the more stable it gets. That line can stay. It was Luo Dianqi's old subordinates who asked us to do this. They said as long as the famine relief policy has flaws, the capital won't approve it. Turns out some people were just waiting for you to slip up. The Ministry of Revenue has urgently ordered a public re-audit of the prefecture's records tomorrow at noon. If there are still loopholes, the famine relief policy will be suspended immediately. Then let's show them everything. Lay out all the accounts. I'm not afraid of them checking the records. What worries me is some people are too scared to look. One accounting error. Stop the flood control method immediately if a single mistake is found. If there are 10 mistakes, everything stops. Today, it's not up to you to decide if it's fine. It's up to the accounts. It's up to the people. That's exactly what I want. Only those with something to hide are afraid of open accounts. Public audit live stream. Open your mic, but don't ramble. Prepare food. Check one disaster victim's household. The Li family, 5 people. 1 elder, 1 woman, 2 children, and 1 able-bodied adult. Yesterday, the able-bodied adult worked on fixing the canal. Received 1.5 sheng of grain. The elder has a red card. Received porridge twice. Check 1 bag of stored grain. No, 37 grain from Baishan County. Second batch crossed the bridge at the pier. Mountain villager Wang Shi received it. That was me. The code matches. Check medical supplies. 1 batch to the pharmacy. 1 batch to the medical tent. 1 batch to public accounts. This package of medicine is for the sick children with fever in Dongping. Dosage is here. I know the tarp is 4 feet. 1 item per season. 1 ration per day. If there's even a single accounting mistake, I can find it. Who trusts the rich to keep the books? I trust myself. I'll calculate my own wages. Forcing disaster victims to work is still coercion. Work divided by physical ability. Voluntary registration. Elders tend the fire. Rich people sew fabrics. Able-bodied adults repair roads. You can still get light-duty work without doing heavy labor. Water supply period is meant to ensure full yield. Water supply period is not about avoiding water. It's to have water flow on schedule. The He family's fields didn't work. The downstream fields survived too. If you don't understand the accounts, just look at the water flow. If you don't understand the bow, just look at Liang construction. Who wouldn't believe with the tools displayed here? If either of you leave tomorrow, let's verify on site. Will this method still continue? Number. I'll record the population register. I'll assign work points. I'll count the piecework. I don't want to be someone indispensable. I want to leave behind a system that doesn't rely on any one person. Random account checks. Everything matches. Less grain loss, fewer illnesses. Spring crops protected. Acreage expanded. Fewer arrows wasted, less disorderly use of beam vibration. The flood control method can be appealed to the Ministry of Revenue. Urgent order from the capital. Drought in the 3 northern prefectures is spreading. Ministry of Revenue orders the prefecture to submit a full post-disaster reconstruction plan immediately. You've proven you can save 1 prefecture. Now the court wants to see if you can save 3 prefectures. 3 prefectures aren't just 3 camps. It's one entire system. Water routes, grain routes, people routes. Then let's start from the master account. 3 prefectures, 27 counties. Nearly 1 million disaster victims. Can your flood control method handle it? Relying just on beam vibration won't suffice. You need the disaster areas to start running themselves again. First, draw the water routes. Then the grain routes. Lastly, the people routes. You only have 1 page. That's enough. 3-level master ledger, weekly ledger, totals for grain, silver, medicine, cloths, and craftsmen. Now subledger for population, public work points, reserves, and water usage. Combined tent, daily surplus ledger. Daily grain distribution, work assignments, patient and supplies flow. 3 route engineering diagrams. Water routes, water wheels, canal inlets, water level rulers. Water supply period, grain routes, ventilated granary, standard grain bags. Temporary pier connection points. People routes, camp layout, drainage, entrance-exit split, medical tent isolation. Officials' abilities vary but will fit in. If not, get a signboard. This depends on process, not smarts. This is not just a small disaster relief rule. It's the overall post-disaster reconstruction code. Where does the money come from? From reducing even 1 storehouse's worth of grain losses. From 1 less detour or fewer overpriced drugs bought. From supporting fewer people waiting idly for porridge. Fushimi Palace's production department organizes able-bodied workers for road and canal repairs. Small medicinal farmers brought into public procurement. Disaster victims exchange handicrafts for grain vouchers. Fushui Workshop can cover new camps. Chancha water purification vehicle. We can deliver. Projects are also prioritized. First secure water, then grain, then roads, then camps. Finally, safeguard spring planting. Source materials locally whenever possible. Repair instead of building new where possible. Appoint locals as foremen where possible, not relying solely on us. 1 million disaster victims is not just 1 camp. Do you still dare to take this on? If you don't, will that make fewer disaster victims? This system is recitable. Diagrams can chart it, roads can be built. What's feared is someone not wanting it to work. So let them see. Let a village woman and a craftsman debate disaster relief in the capital. Where's the dignity of the court? If they really can save the treasury, the court's dignity is in the people's bowls. Getting to the capital is a new challenge. The bigger the challenge, the stricter the process must be. Urgent report from the northern 3 prefectures. Rumors say the flood control method will forcibly recruit laborers, grabbing land, grabbing water. 3 counties refuse to open public accounts. They haven't even reached the capital yet. But the swords have arrived first. If they do get to the capital, all old disaster relief accounts will be exposed. Before they get to the capital, let's throw the northern 3 prefectures into chaos. Urgent report from the northern 3 prefectures. 3 counties refuse to open public accounts. The people besieged the relief camp. They say the flood control method is about grabbing land and water. If you enter the capital today, the three prefectures will erupt in chaos. Then let's not go to the capital yet. Officials in the capital are waiting for a new system. If the three prefectures descend into chaos, even going to the capital means you'll be interrogated. Head to Beeling first. It's closest to the water. Rumors are worse there. Beeling as the main camp. Ledgers lost in Kingping City. Shimin refuses to provide during the water supply period. Land and water grabs, forced recruitment. These three blows all strike at the core of the flood control method. Shows the masterminds fear three things most. Public registration. Fair accounting during water supply. What about using government orders to crack down? Can't suppress it now. If the law is only for officials to read, it's not a good law. If the people can understand it, then it's practical. Send out staff to dispel rumors offline. Don't let the haters control the narrative this time. No work, no money collected. No forced labor. The county magistrate says public sentiment is fired up. The county office dares not open the accounts. They're hiding. It's not that they don't dare. They just don't want to. Today, evidence is opened. Tomorrow, your land goes to the government. No fighting today, whoever makes a move is guilty of forced recruitment. Everyone, take a good look. First, no land grabs. The flood control method only records disaster situations. No change to land titles. Second, no injustice, it's all fair. Voluntary registration. Get grain and money for your work. Third, no private control of water. Water supply, disaster period, schedules and ledgers are all set. Easy to say. But whoever claims extra land must show their land title. If they can't, they're spreading rumors. Water supply period doesn't mean someone's water was cut off. It means water flows by schedule. For the spring planting downstream, water isn't being stolen by anyone. It's just following the schedule. Water makes a way. So do people's hearts. Then who keeps the schedule record? The county office's public accounts section. Representatives of the people. The three parties record together. If one wants to change it, the other two don't approve. So the weak and elderly also have to do forced labor? No, elders and weak don't do heavy work. They tend fires, sew, and guard tents. All count as light work. No one is forcing you to risk your life. Those who hype up the accounts are just out for profit. Don't touch him. The system stands even if the token falls. Anyone with questions, step forward. If you don't get answers today, accounts won't be opened. Will my family land be renamed? No, land titles remain unchanged. If I don't work, can I still get life-saving porridge? Red card, elderly, weak, sick life-saving aid first. Able-bodied who want more grain must register for work. These words are too neat. Doesn't look like royal handwriting? Same paper, same ink, same print. These words weren't spread by the people. They were delivered in by someone. And you say there's no forced labor? It says here Beeling County strong laborers must report to camp within 3 days. This is ironclad proof. And you still try to argue. This seal is fake. Just because you say it's fake? Not just the seal. The paper is wrong too. You even fight over people, yet claim there's no water hoarding. Hand over the water gates. Otherwise, no one is opening any canals today. Today isn't about arguing. Let the water speak for itself. Test the water first, then verify the plan. If water rights can't be explained clearly, no one will believe whatever the register says. The Huangliu law isn't afraid of people asking questions. What it's afraid of is someone stopping you from asking. Watch carefully. If you block the upstream, the downstream will dry up completely. If you release all the water at once, even the upstream will be destroyed. If you separate it by scheduled times, both upstream and downstream at least have minimum irrigation. Now you understand. Water doesn't go to whoever shouts the loudest. It goes by how many inches the ruler by the canal mouth shows. There are 3 limits during the supply period. Limited during disaster years by shift and by records. To extend it, the people's representative and the county government must publicly record it. All 3 parties must sign. How do we know you won't secretly change the times? Let the people see for themselves. Red side means upstream using water. Blue side means downstream using water. Black side means maintenance, no water. Flip the sign each time. The shift times are carved on the side. 1 household head from upstream, 1 household head from downstream, and 1 representative of disaster victims serve together as the water watchers. So even the Dew family can't change it privately. Whoever changes the sign is recorded. Whoever stops the water must make it public, with the ruler, the sign, and the signature. Anyone changing times, we can all see it. You can make the water situation clear. What about the people? How do you explain this register? First, the Wangliu camp registration. They never write able-bodied man. They only record physical strength level and chosen work type. The real register says grades A-B light duty exempted. Nowhere does it say must serve. Second, the real stamp has a small hidden mark at the lower right. This one doesn't. The edge is chipped too. Third, the paper from North 3 prefectures is full of coarse fibers. This piece has fine grain and neat texture. It's made by the capital's official workshop. This wasn't made in Bellin County. The kill in Bellin County gets their paper from the capital. Someone's forging it in the capital, then sending it to the 3 prefectures. See that? They are afraid of you asking questions, so they fake an answer for you. The people have been caught. I don't know who gave it to me. I only saw the wrapper that said Yanji Bookstore. Yanji, the one in the capital, and Vice Minister Yan Chengyu of the Ministry of Revenue's Right Division is also surnamed Yan. This isn't some individual crime. It's a group operation behind the scenes. Looks like those who don't want us to enter the capital have already made a move. So trace it to the capital. Stabilize the 3 prefectures first, then go to the capital. Arrest them first. The real stamp is missing the left foot. The fake stamp is missing the right. Who stamped the fake seal? Step forward yourself. It's just a seal. What makes you say it's a fake? Because whoever forged it didn't understand the Wangliu camp's ledger? The red seal goes on top. Still want to argue? The red seal can be copied. The process can't be faked. Check all 3 points. First, Wangliu camp never records able-bodied men. It only goes by strength grades and exemptions. But this register only mentions able-bodied men entering camp. There's not even a physical strength grade. Second, official records require the person's own print. If the person can't stamp it, the 10 chief signs as proxy. Third, to receive labor grain, the daily work point card must match. This register only has names, no handprints, no job type, and no work points. This is a fake labor register. But my brother's name is in there too. And his leg is injured. He couldn't do heavy work. Let those listed step forward themselves. I've been coughing for half a month, and Wangliu camp recorded me as exempted from work. I've been sewing in the workers' shelter. So how did I become an able-bodied man here? I moved to the North Mountain shelter long ago. This register still says I live in Old Ditch Village. It's fake. The so-called real register is fake. Maybe it's just a copying error. One mistake is an error. A whole fake register is fraud. This is such a sloppy operation. The paper is too new, the ink hasn't been fully absorbed. The fingerprints were added right before last night. The seal's pressure is uneven, heavier on the right, lighter on the left. Whoever stamped it had unsteady hands. The binding thread is wrong too. North 3 prefectures use coarse hemp thread. But this is fine hemp thread from the capital. Again, something brought from the capital. This says Beeling Old Canal. But people call it Old Ditch Village. Old Canal is the county government office. It used to be called Kiangui. What do you know? Du's accounting room lent 30 taels on an IOU. The gambling debt was cleared just yesterday. What does that have to do with me? Du family paid off Kiangui's gambling debt. Kiangui gave the names from old registers. Then they handed them to outsiders to forge forced labor lists. I only copied a few names. I didn't know they wanted to harm people. You copied names. But you put people's lives in danger. That man came from the capital. He carried a Yen family pass token. I didn't dare ask anything. If the Yen family token is real, this is no longer just local trouble. It means someone in the capital is blocking the law. From today on, the public account's anti-forgery will be upgraded. 1 register, serial number 1. 3 copies to keep on record. 1 with the county office, 1 with the public account office, and 1 with the people's representative. There will be hidden marks on stamp edges, and every side page will be numbered. Anyone trying to forge from now on has to pass a technical test first. So can we still check the accounts? Yes. The Huangliu law isn't afraid for you to see it. It only worries someone will stop you from seeing. Qingping County urgently reported to the magistrate, claiming the public ledger was destroyed by a flood. The county granary is temporarily sealed, and inspection by the prefecture is refused. The records can be rebuilt if destroyed. As long as the people and the food are still here, the real fear is the food is no longer in the granary. Bao Yu destroyed the accounts, and the current granary is sealed. With no records, no one can investigate. What about today's food then? No records means hunger. Isn't that a death sentence? Ledgers can be ruined, but people's mouths can't be sealed. Check the granary doors, then the roots. All the records are destroyed, so what do you check with? The ledger isn't just a piece of paper. It's made up of 4 elements: people, grain, roads, and warehouses. Even if the paper is gone, the other 3 remain. Qingping County's disaster relief resumes. As of today, the checks go on. If the county won't open the accounts, we'll rebuild them ourselves. Jiang Xingyu, how dare you bypass me? I'm bypassing the delay, not the procedure. Tent chiefs retrieve food, disaster victims transport food. 3 types of porters come forward. On the 8th, 217 people from the East Tent registered. My family of 3 claimed 7 rations, wooden grain tokens. We're all pressed at the checkpoint after transporting 10 carts of food, and the population still rises day by day. Claiming grain tokens and transporting food, roadblocks can be restored. Even the words of troublemakers count as evidence. Disaster relief records can't be wiped out by a rainstorm. If things can be erased so easily, then the records were fake to begin with. Let the Imperial Inspector investigate. The mud was newly patched, washed away by the heavy rain. Repatching is normal. There are scrape marks on the old starch blocks, from inside the door to out. If it's just wind breaking in, the starch wouldn't move outside. That's for transferring grain for moisture prevention. Where would it be transferred to? Naturally, the high ground warehouse. It would take at least 20 carts. They left not long ago. Which way? The high ground warehouse is east, but the cart tracks go northwest. They're heading to the Du family's ancestral warehouse. Warehouse doors can lie. Tire tracks can't. You can't take the blame for this. Please ask Lord Zhou to order the sealing of the county granary. Investigate the Du family ancestral warehouse. Open a temporary public account. Don't wait for the county magistrate's cooperation. Prioritize supplying disaster victims. Jiang Xingyu, you're overstepping your authority. I'm overstepping your right to delay, not the imperial right to provide disaster relief. Qingping County's current granary. From today, it will be sealed by the imperial envoy. No one may secretly open the granary. Where's the grain? Where's the relief grain you promised? The incomplete account is here. Maybe it was recorded incorrectly. Incomplete account lists 6,000 tons in the warehouse. Wooden tokens show 2,000 tons taken. Porters carried out 1,000 tons. There's 3,000 tons left. It's not on the books. It's not in the warehouse either. Lord Feng, where did the 3,000 barrels of grain go? Maybe it's transferred to Du family's private warehouse. Not yet entered in the account. That's Du family's private warehouse. Can't be checked. If they're hiding relief grain, then it's not a private matter. Open it. See that? There's no grain. You checked the wrong place.
It left less than 6 hours ago.
Too clean a sweep exposes the truth. A vacuum granary doesn't smell musty. They really move the grain. County granary loses grain, empties warehouse. Lord Feng, you still claim this is detouring? Maybe the disaster victims looted the grain. You're lying. We never even entered the door. Once the public account is opened, people get restless. I warned long ago, the public flow method causes trouble. Disaster victims wouldn't sweep the ground so clean when looting grain. Looting gets chaotic. Only private transport leaves things so tidy. Even a few sweep marks can tell the story. The grain wasn't stolen, it was rerouted by someone. Qingping's main road has yellow sand dirt and black clay, heading toward Ximen County via the old salt route. Lord Lu dared to guess Ximen just by the mud. Mud can't be evidence, but mud can lead the way. At least 10 heavy wagons. Distance is even, they're moving calmly. Doesn't look like looting. Doesn't seem like an organized grain convoy either. This dirt isn't from Qingping's officials. Maybe mix mud after a rain. Seal the gates, roads, and tire tracks. Whoever dares to destroy the evidence, treat as a criminal. Yes. No private fights allowed. Who wants to frame disaster victims? First, go through the Imperial Inspector's ledger. The original labor roster was swapped last night. Who switched it? The county office issued work orders last night. They said we weren't needed today. Then it changed. A batch of unfamiliar faces showed up. They only recognized this. Du family's private pass. Private passes are needed to get on the cart. If it's a forgery, then it's a forgery. The roster was switched. Laborers were dismissed. Only the Du family's passes let vehicles go through. Master Du, your procedures are real smooth. There's still writing on the torn pages from the accounting office. The Yan family is just a business name. They can't just move things around in the capital. I haven't even mentioned the capital yet. Why are you in such a hurry? It can be checked every day. If someone wants to hide grain using rumors, I'll make sure they're seen by the people every day. Assistant Han, block off the border between Qingping and Ximen. Don't just chase the carts. Set up roadblocks. Nails. How do we set them up? Follow along to the boundary of Qingstone, at Ximen's canal entrance. Block and check at 3 points. Check cart tracks, beams, tied numbers on the ropes. Temporary labor record moved outside the city gate. Grain case posted daily on the board. Rescue teams reported seeing 3 empty grain carts. Where's the grain? No grain on the carts. Just one porter who was knocked out. The grain was put in the water carts. It's headed to Ximen County. Ximen County doesn't lack grain. They lack water, they want to use grain to buy water rights? What Dusheng really wants to protect isn't grain. It's Ximen's Canal. This is the water main for Ximen. Even the grain carts can't get through unless the sluice is open. If there's no water, we'll die. If they release the water, we'll have no way to live. 3 upstream representatives. 3 downstream representatives. Who passed out? Today's water accounts won't be entered. Grain is loaded inside the water carts. Water passes hung on grain sacks. You're using relief grain to buy up all the water rights. Ximen's Canal is ancestral property. Outsiders don't get to call the shots. This is a disaster year. The canal isn't just someone's private asset. It's the lifeline of the whole county. Private iron locks. Branches of the canal raised half a foot. Water is getting cut off upstream. Downstream canal walls have been smashed. Trying to make people think letting out water is useless anyway. That's nonsense. You're not guarding the water. You're monopolizing it. The torn water passes have no string marks. Only those forged by Gao Weiss. The grain sack numbers match. The missing relief grain from Kingping County was handed over by Master Du to the Gao family. The Gaos promised the Ximen Canal wouldn't supply the reservoirs. Who made the connection? Yan family steward Yan Bowen. High officials in the capital don't want this to blow up. Then let them learn how to use the ceremonial scepter. It's not for covering up scandals. Miss Zhang, these waters run deep. Be careful not to drown yourself. Don't worry, we'll repair the canal. And drain the water too. Yan family's steward. Do you dare write your master's name in your testimony? First, patch up the canal wall. Then open half the sluice. When the water gauge hits level 3, stop right away. Upstream and downstream county offices will pull water together. Daily water level, sluice times, field records, all posted on the board. That way we won't be drained dry. Release the water based on the gauge. Nobody gets more than they should. So our fields are saved. Repair the canal, and water will reach us. Starting today, Ximen Canal joins the 3-side water account. Illegally charged fees and relief grain to be recovered and added to the accounts. Only half a page left. It says if the famine law gets to the capital, the old, there will be major shakeups. The 3 districts will have to fall into chaos first. Only 1 character left in the signature. Vice Minister of Revenue Yan Chengyu, heavy rain in the capital. Finally, the truth is exposed. No county seal. The 3-district general ledger is just a piece of scrap paper. The canal belongs outside of Ximen. The county can't transfer this water. Same for the grain. Without the county magistrate's personal stamp, no one dares take any action. Wait for confirmation from the capital. Waiting for the capital. We'll run out of grain today. The county seal can come later. Testimonies, evidence, and root proofs are entered first. You're bypassing the county office. I'm bypassing the bottleneck. Not imperial law. First, civilian proof disaster victims and laborers dragged in as witnesses. Second, physical evidence numbered grain sacks, water passes, storage seals. Third, root-proof wagon ruts, postway grain delivery, county stamp pending. But grain and water for the spring planting can't be cut off, right at the county yamen gate. Without the seal, who takes responsibility if something happens? Imperial Inspector temporarily seals the ledger. Report to the Ministry of Revenue in the capital for review. Liability will be recorded item by item. This method is risky. Letting people go hungry while waiting for paperwork is even riskier. Starting today, the accounts follow the grain. Water follows the timetable. Red lines for grain. Which warehouse has grain? Which road can be used? All visible at a glance. Blue lines for water. Which zone opens sluices? How long they're open is shown on the gauge. White lines for medicine. Which 10 zone is lacking? Report medicines directly. Black dots show trouble spots. Saw through obstacles. If the trouble isn't cleared, the road won't open. Mark all those in black. It's like giving the 3 regions a brain. Pretty much. Disaster relief visualization display. Xiaoping keeps updating online. Red means out of grain or water. Yellow means shortage within 3 days. Black means account irregularities, or someone's refusing to open. This county refuses to sign. Let's see how you move grain, then. Whoever refuses to sign, their names go in the refusal column. Doesn't stop people from collecting grain. Follow-up liability will be separately reported. As long as the beam isn't broken, I'll process it. I'll make sure the 10th zone doesn't go without. I'll stamp whichever route my cart takes. I'll sign for exactly when my water is released. They're not waiting for us anymore. If you don't sign, the black label goes up at the county office. Note clearly in remarks. This official is signing under duress. Just write, forced by the people receiving grain. Forced by disaster relief needs.
Official Feng, please sign.
Today you're not doing us a favor. The people are giving you a chance. System goes online. Whoever holds things up gets a red mark. 3 district ledger activated. Urgent report. Spring planting grain trucks at Beishan Valley blocked by rocks. 300 households grain cut off on the road. That road was still open yesterday. Someone doesn't want the 3 district ledger to succeed on day 1. Yan family's horse cart seal was found near the valley. If we're delayed 1 more day, 300 families miss the spring planting. With the road blocked, the grain can only be sent back. This isn't a landslide. Someone pried the rocks loose. It was Yan family's people. At the very least, it wasn't nature. Nature isn't this precise. The road must be cleared. Grain must get through. And the culprits must be caught. Han Shen, search for footprints behind the mountain. Lu Chanzhou, clear the valley entrance. Shen Yan, set up a temporary detour. Understood. Don't brute force major issues. Lay planks first. Use rods to slide. Wrap ropes around trees for leverage. If it can budge, then do it. Don't risk your life, use physics. 1, 2, 3, pull. It moved! It really moved! Keep going, move it section by section. No need to clear everything. Widen enough for half a cart first. That narrow road fits donkeys but not carts. Alter the beams, reroute the account. Who's responsible if things get chaotic? Do 3 cycles of dismantling and assembly. Code names stay the same. Routes are recalculated. Anyone who touched it must sign. 1 group of carters, 1 group of donkey drivers, 1 group from the workers' tents. Half loads of grain. Go through the small path first. Grain trucks hold position. Help each other. Clear the road together. Keep it moving. The counts won't get messed up. Only those who want chaos are afraid of details. The road may break, but not the supply record. The carts may stop, but the grain cannot. We caught someone carrying this. This is the red grain line map from the 3 district ledger. It leaked from the public tent. Not many people can access all 4 line charts. Who sent you? I was just paid to do this. I don't know the bosses. Then it wasn't just a random outsider. Someone's targeting our lifelines directly. Deliver the grain first, then catch the traitors. No one's getting away. Thank the guests later. Sign for the delivery first, then plant the grains. No problems with the transmission. Almost got sabotaged into a system crash. But we have contingency plans. It's a real record. Checked it, less than 7 people had access to the quad line diagram. The mole is among us. The 3 prefectures haven't descended into chaos. Spring grains have also been delivered. No chaos. Then let them take the evidence of the 3 prefectures to the capital. A rod can save lives, but it can also kill. The grain road is cut, the water channels are in chaos, the valley has collapsed. All caused by the wild flow law. The wild flow law harmed the people and halted the public records. The more we investigate the public accounts, the more disorder there is in the 3 prefectures. Still not clear enough? Once the dispenser was activated, all the waterways went out of order. Today, no changing of records amid arguments. Whoever claims the wild flow law harms the people must put the evidence on this diagram. Is your self-drawn diagram even worthy as evidence? Then let's follow procedure. Those who accuse provide proof. Those who handled it, sign your name. Only look at the evidence, not at official rank. The people may ask questions on the spot. You go first, don't just set the tone, present the evidence. First case, fake forced conscription registers. Genuine paper, rough fibered. Fake registers, white and fine. Real seal edges, blunt. Fake seal edges, sharp. Even the stitching holes don't match. The treasurer has confessed. Old conscripts were sent by Du Sheng. Nonsense. Heaven bears witness. Second case, loss of grain in Kingping County. The grain carts didn't go via the official route. They took the old salt road. The tire tracks are wide, and the soil is dark, same as the Du family's transport wagons. We delivered per the signature route. Halfway, the Du family's convoy hijacked it. Disaster victims looted the grain. What does that have to do with the Du family? We didn't loot it. That day we were still distributing porridge under the tent. Before the water supply started, the Gao family already locked the canal in private. That's water handed down by our ancestors. The water level records are here. When you took it, the 3 villages downstream had no water. Yet grain from Ling Dai went to the Gao family's warehouse. Water irrigates fields, but it can also fill private granaries. The valley didn't collapse by itself. It was pried open by people. The prying point avoided the main rock, deliberately blocking grain carts. The case suspect caught had a Yan mentioned banknote on him. Those who want to stop the wild flow law from entering the capital. These are all your own words. I've seen the fake register. I've escorted the grain carts. I've broken the crooked locks. The show isn't over yet. Don't rush to leave the stage. Feng Shao pause. Current goods, Gao Zhang penalized later. Du Sheng's case merged and under investigation for 3 weeks. Case files will be sealed today. Lord Zhou, I was only following orders. Then confess on whose orders. If you want to run to the mountain treasury, it's too late. Evidence is never stored in just one place. Anyone else destroying evidence will be dealt with according to ancestral rules. Vice Minister of Revenue Yan Chenpiao impeaches Jiang Xingyu and Lu Chunzhou for altering town seals without authority, disrupting the three prefectures, pressuring magistrates, inciting popular resentment, ordered to enter the capital and plead your case immediately. He's finally stopped hiding. Then take the general ledger of the three prefectures to the capital. Your trip to the capital isn't punishment, it's a trial. Let them judge. They'll lay charges and will submit evidence. Yan's impeachment listed 5 violations, including unauthorized establishment of the general ledger, forcing magistrates to reallocate grain routes without approval, unauthorized modification of water channels, inciting public outrage. Isn't this twisting truth for lies? He's just changing tactics. When he can't fudge the facts, he alters procedure. Saving people is called exceeding authority. Auditing accounts is called disturbing the people. A typical case of concept substitution. Yan Chengyu has been in the Ministry of Revenue for years. His protégés and old associates are everywhere. You're bringing 1 box of ledgers to the capital, but might not set foot in the courtroom. That's why you can't just bring 1 box. Evidence is split 3 ways. I'll bring the temporary public accounts as open evidence. Stamped registers provide clear proof. Let the capital know we're not coming empty-handed. Case evidence. Han Shen assisting Yan Mansion's silver notes, manager Zhang Xiai's torn confession. All aimed at Yan Cheng. If anyone tries to rob us on the way, we'll take alternate routes. Backups stay in the 3 prefectures, sealed by Lord Zhou. Even if someone tries to destroy the evidence, not all of it can be wiped out. Blueprints alone aren't enough. They must be executed as well. Water routes have water gauges. Grain routes have numbers. Medicine lines have seals. Work lines have signature registers. I didn't say they can run, but that they've already done so. 3 lists. Signed by 3. After the general ledgers leave the 3 prefectures, what about local affairs? Water will run by the pool rules. Accounts will be recorded on the tally board. Don't wait for us to return to do your jobs. Zhou Peng, water supply schedule made public. Policies continue as usual. Systems will remain. People must not scatter. We don't know all the court protocols, but we know the grain has arrived. The water's running and people survived. Please investigate, Lord. Hand over to Lord Zhou for sealing. As legal testimony. Your names aren't there for my reputation. They bear witness to the truth. Don't thank us. If thanks are for the ledger, who manages it afterward? Disasters must be handled by the records. Let's clarify everything in the capital. Whose orders did you follow? I'm the manager of the merchant house. It has nothing to do with Minister Yan. A single word from the monthly records can't convict. Not now. That's why he must step forward. In this round, we're not going in unprepared. Meaning we're going with backup. He'll make his move on the road. So let him see the open accounts, but not the covert ones. The 3 prefectures remain stable. Dushan, Gaozhong, and Fengshui all fell locally. The small fish were just test subjects. If they bring the records to the capital, then the famine relief books. The rod can prove they saved lives, but also that they exceeded authority. So my lord means, on the first day in the capital, I'll have them admit guilt first. The capital has already issued enemy reports. Huang and Liu disrupted the 3 prefectures, set up unauthorized public accounts, and forced people into service. Isn't this a pre-conviction? They arrived in the capital before us. Aren't they already there waiting for our confession of guilt? Then trust the evidence. Break down each accusation for them. Jiang Xingyu and Lu Chenju, welcome to the case. By order of the Ministry of Revenue, all ledgers and 4 county diagrams of the 3 prefectures are to be sealed. This is the disaster relief evidence for the 3 prefectures. Anyone touches it, they're done for. It can be sealed. But who will guarantee it? Guarantee? In my eyes, these aren't evidence. They're proof of your abuse of power and disruption of government. These are the 2 people from the 3 prefectures. Heard they forced the magistrate to sign. Lord Yan passed sentence even before the trial. Once you're in the capital, the rules aren't the same as in the 3 prefectures. If only one person can see the accounts, that's not auditing. That's hiding. Lu Chenju holds no office or rank, yet altered water routes and grain paths without permission. Who are you to talk rules? I changed the path that blocked the grain, not the imperial law. By imperial order, this official was reinstated to oversee the 3 prefectures. Disaster evidence cannot be taken solely by the Ministry of Revenue. Lord Zhou, you've been protective all along. Might be time to recuse yourself. Yan Chenji, stop making false accusations. He's afraid the elders will see it openly. Understood. In the first round, he wants to control the scene. The villain makes their move. He grabs admin privileges. Then let's give him third-party verification. Why are you arguing? Inspector Jiyu arrived at just the right time. The censorate wants to get involved in the Ministry of Revenue's case as well. All it takes is relief aid, battle relief, and impeachment. Then the censorate will be able to see. Evidence can be sealed, but it must be jointly sealed by all 3 parties. The 3 parties, Ministry of Revenue, censorate, and Imperial Envoy. Triple seal, triple lock. Who would dare to open it secretly? Whoever does is first to be involved in the case. Fine by me. This book is quite strict. Rest assured, sir. We brought more than just ledgers. We also have people who can understand them. We are willing to testify. Witnesses. The people are easily stirred up. I've seen it many times as an official. Then there's no need to fear them speaking up. Jiang Xingyu privately established the 3-state master ledger. Lu Chenzhou arbitrarily altered water channel and road routes. Zhou Song allowed local overreach. The public sentiment in 3 states is unsettled, all due to the reckless implementation of new laws. These are truly criminals. Disaster relief turning into a criminal case. He never intended to investigate the 3 states. He wants to make us the criminals first. First, create trending topics. Then, control the commentary. Then let's start dismantling the first charge. Tomorrow, there will be a Ministry of Revenue hearing. I, as an official, will first ask you about the 3-state master ledger. Without imperial decree, what gave you the right to set it up? Based on the grain shortage in 3 states. Based on the people not being able to wait. Then tomorrow I'll let the whole court see if saving lives can be used as an excuse for overreach. Tomorrow, I'll enter the battle as a non-subject. Jiang Xingyu, you privately set up the 3-state master ledger. You forced county magistrates to sign, correct? Not correct. The ledger is right here. You still dare deny it? The ledger is real. The charge is false. There was no imperial decree, no Ministry of Revenue approval. What gave you the right to allocate grain? Jiang Xingyu holds no official post. Chunzhou has no water authority. Yet the ministry order changed channels, sealed roads, and mobilized workers. That is overstepping authority. Zhou Song, as imperial envoy, allowed local lawlessness, should be held even more accountable. You received a few rounds of praise in the 3 states, and really believe you can make decisions for the court. I didn't make decisions for the court. I just seized food for hungry people for 13 days. Absurd. Urgent report from the 3 states. The fastest it could reach the capital is 5 days. Ministry of Revenue rechecking takes 3 days at best. Approval document returns to the 3 states fastest. 5 days, totaling 13 days. But neither the grain supply line, water line, medicine line, nor labor line. None can afford to wait 13 days. That's just your side's argument. Call witness Zhou Peng from Beeling. Only 2 days of grain were left at the time. If we didn't transfer grain, 3,000 people would go without porridge. The Qingping pharmacy was empty for 3 days. If we waited for approval, the epidemic would have already spread. There was only 1 day left for spring irrigation downstream. Miss it and a whole season is wasted. Civilian testimony is most convincing. Then recalculate. Dismantle the map, not the ledgers. Follow the nodes on the map. Calculate publicly in court. Here, Bailing's granary had 2 days' supply left. Here, Qingping's pharmacy was empty. Here, downstream Shimen, 1 day left for water use. If you wait 13 days, all 7 locations would lose supply. Water supply counts as water supply. No waiting for approval docs. Grain wagons don't wait for approval. Patients don't wait for approval. Recalculate as shown on the map. 7 red nodes are confirmed. If you really wait 13 days, major chaos will occur for sure. This isn't seizing power, it's emergency relief. Even for emergencies, rules can't be ignored. The rules exist to save people, not to wait for people to starve before stamping approval. You're just arguing. It's not arguing, it's recounting. If Lord Yan thinks we're wrong, let the Ministry of Revenue recalculate in front of all officials. The data is all here. Don't twist the facts. This relief can be verified. Continue reviewing the overreach charge. Don't convict them prematurely. Fine. Even if it was a desperate situation. What about Baiqian? 3 county magistrates accused together. Jiang Xingyu forced removal and transfer. Lu Chunzhou led people to block roads. Zhou Song led civilians surround the county office. All 3 counties filed complaints together. That carries weight. You claim to save people, but local officials say you pressured them and the people to force relocation. Impossible. All 3 states' transfers had witnesses.
Testimony.
Then let's see what the county magistrates themselves say. Then verify the signatures. You still want to deny it? I want to see who wrote them instead. These 3 signatures don't look like they were written on the same day. The fingerprints are old. The charges are new. What does that mean? They turned the 3-state master ledger column into an accusation letter. Risk control stake. Lord Yan. This time, the ones that should be questioned aren't us. It's about who in the capital wrote the charges for the counties. 3 counties accused together. You still dare claim you're innocent? 3 counties' joint complaints aren't unusual. What is unusual is the handwriting of the 3 county magistrates seems to come from one person. Your Honor, please be cautious. The way the pen stops is the same. The flourishes are the same. Even the ink color points to the same study room. All written in one breath. There are official seals and signatures. How can you accuse us with just empty words? Then fetch the three-state master ledger copy. Permission to retrieve the copy. Zhao Weiqian cited the ledger. It was the third day after the ledger was established. But in the complaint it says, "He accused me a day before the ledger was even created." Feng Sha was already suspended pending trial on that day. Yet on the complaint he secretly signed as county magistrate. The timeline doesn't match. Isn't that highly suspicious? Feng Shao and others were waiting for trial at the state office. They never acknowledged the complaint, yet it was sent to the Ministry of Revenue first. That's not joint signing. That's remote signing. Local documents were submitted to the Ministry of Revenue. The ministry merely forwarded them. Then Lord Yan, please explain. Why do local documents use Ministry of Revenue Inner Library paper? Look here, Ministry Inner Library watermark. Each official office's paper has its own markings. They shouldn't be the same. Perhaps they were restamped after entering the capital. Restamping is possible. Why were the seals also stamped again? Inspect the seals. The seal ink is pressed under old fold marks. Yet the ink for the writing sits atop the folds. What does that mean? The official seal went on first. Writing was added later. Someone first took blank official paper, then added the accusation. Lu Chanzhou, you know water management, but not documentation. Physics doesn't distinguish between civil and military. And ink won't play along with your show either. These are not county pens. They're capital hands. Lord Yan, people can be forced to sign, but they wouldn't register themselves from the three states directly into the Ministry Inner Library. The Ministry Inner Library only released blank forms, stolen seals on blank forms. This area needs investigation, Lord GU. The inspector's documents can be checked slowly. For now, what's being adjudicated is their abuse of power. Number. You're using forged documents to convict us. So you better first explain who duplicated content on those complaints. Fine. Documents can be checked slowly. But Lu Shanzhou arbitrarily changed Shimen water channel, causing embankment to collapse downstream. 3 households' farmland was destroyed. How do you explain that? He's trying to attack the engineering itself. Then let him see. The Shimen Canal collapsed. 3 households' fields were ruined, land submerged, and boats destroyed. You still claim to understand water management? All my spring fields are wrecked. Who will pay for this? You must give me an explanation. This stone didn't collapse this time. What do you mean? It should have been replaced 3 years ago. The foundation collapsed and destroyed everything. You want to blame it on 3 years ago? The end has weathered. There are old cracks inside. The lime layer has powdered. A short-term water flow couldn't cause these cracks. These are old issues, not new wounds. The destruction is real. Responsibilities need to be investigated. Compensation is also required. But we can't let the real culprit hide behind others. We can't let the real criminal go free. Stop buying public favor. Console the field owners affected by the disaster. If you say bribe Lord Yan, the people will lose faith. Summon the canal commissioner. The canal wall was already cracked 3 years ago. I reported it for repairs. The court allocated funds for North 3 Prefecture's water repairs. How much was allocated? When did it arrive? Who inspected it? Continue checking the old accounts. Today's inquiry is about Changzhou's submersion, not old cases. If the old case caused today's canal collapse, then today we must review the old case. Water can destroy a new embankment, but can't break through the old cracks from 3 years ago. If the repairs were finished 3 years ago, there should be protective stones at the canal bottom. Sidewalls should have been rebuilt. The real danger isn't from me opening the water gate. It's that the old canal has been hollow for a long time. 3 years ago, the water repairs account code is next to the old record code in Yan Boying's letter. Check the North 3 Prefecture's water repair accounts from 3 years ago. The old accounts are stored at the Fengji warehouse in the outskirts. It'll take 3 days to retrieve them from the warehouse. 3 days to hit the deadline. Too convenient. If the old accounts cover today's losses, then they're related. Send someone immediately to retrieve the tricky accounts. 3 years ago, North 3 Prefecture's repair accounts aren't with the Ministry of Revenue. Old accounts were transferred to Fengji warehouse in the outskirts. It's a long way. Let's review after 3 days. That's enough time for them to burn the warehouse clean. Go to the Fengji warehouse tonight. Don't trespass. Please ask Censor Jiu to seal and inspect it again. I'll go with you. Notify the Fengji warehouse. You are the warehouse authority, sir. That's the Qingkao ledger. Supposedly untouched for 3 years. But the wheel tracks are from this morning. Thinking about rice cakes? Grain was just transported away from here. Old accounts are hidden in the warehouse. Lord Yan Chengyu fears not the accounts, but the grain behind the accounts. Without an official hand order from Revenue Chief, no one can enter. All unrelated personnel, please leave now. We're checking the Ministry of Revenue's accounts now. Let the ministry open the door themselves. The inspectorate's temporary inspection order is here. Anyone refusing inspection will be prosecuted. Nothing left in the books. They cleared the place in advance. Not just account boxes. Look, the boxes are hard evidence. The grain sacks are soft evidence. Old accounts and grain were moved together. Record wheel tracks, grain flour, hemp ropes, windy weather. Put it all in the official inquiry register. Yes. This account code. Cash during the day traded for grain. Grain entered the capital warehouse, then gets sent out under a different name. There's half a sheet left here. North 3 Prefecture's town silver exchanged. Grain sent to Fengji. Turned over to whom? The rest is torn off. The old accounts are gone, but they left in such a hurry. A loose end of the accounts stayed behind. He was just about to run. Spare me, sir. I just moved the goods. This morning, someone told us to move dozens of boxes of old accounts and a batch of grain sacks. Where to? Toward the CG hospital in the city. The truck carried a warehouse relief badge. North 3 Prefecture's relief grain entered the capital. CG Hospital disaster area is short on food. Charity in the capital. Someone builds their reputation with the lives of the common people. I really didn't know about this. Please spare me, sir. Don't let him slip away yet. Hold him first, so he doesn't tip anyone off. Stay where you are. Do you hear me? Once we've figured this out, we'll naturally let you go. Understood, I understand. Still trying to send messages. That move of yours was spot on. Let him get away. Don't chase. Secure the chain of evidence first. Old accounts grain shifted to the brothel. Found the next link. A fire started towards CG Hospital. They're not trying to destroy the warehouse. They're targeting the next link. Head to CG Hospital. The old accounts aren't in the warehouse. They're in the fire. Lord Yan said. As long as the accounts exist, people exist. If the accounts are lost, so are the people. This isn't just accounts. This is a debt to tens of thousands of lives in North 3 prefectures. Silenced right under the inspectorate's nose. Pretty gutsy. Forget saving me, save the accounts. West Wall has a water tank. Han Shang broke through. Men Shenyan grabbed the accounts. Fang Xingyu led people out first. Old people and kids first. Don't run, follow closely. Lu Chenzhou. The accounts aren't all burned, and people still alive. Don't play extreme challenges next time. Relax. Engineering is tough, but I'm even tougher. Yan Chengyu didn't sign. Used shell firms up front. This firm links to Yan Bozen's bank from 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Did CG Hospital ever receive grain from North 3 prefectures? It was called charity grain from the capital. But all SAC codes matched North 3 prefecture's grain. I reported it. It was suppressed. Who suppressed it? Found North 3 prefecture's water repair funds traded for grain. Stored in Fengji and transferred to CG Hospital. Distributed under the name of Capital Medicines. Recorded as charity good deeds on paper. Yeah. Turn public assets private. So they're not separate now. Night raid on CG Hospital. Arson to destroy accounts. Arrest everyone involved. Jiang Xingyu, Lu Chenzhou. You've checked the accounts right up to arson and murder. We're authorized to investigate. We didn't start the fire. Evidence. Fire began in 3 places at once. Main door is locked from outside. Kitchen wasn't burned. This wasn't an accident. It was a silencing to erase evidence of the fire. Half a ledger is enough to convict. Half a ledger isn't enough to convict. But it's enough to make you all stop claiming the old records don't exist. The CG Institute fire case is merged with the old disaster relief ledgers of Bazin prefectures. The scene is now under the control of the Court of Censors. The person who actually took the Bazin prefecture's relief silver is not surnamed Yan. Who is it? Yan Chengyu was just a middleman in this case. Punishing Zhou too slowly. If the old accounts can't be covered up, they just silence the auditors. Jiang Xingyu has half a ledger. A comatose institute head dares to accuse others. This is an old imperial case. If I'm not accusing, I'm reviewing. Only half the records. People are unconscious. Evidence is incomplete. What will you review with? Where's Lu Jun's boat? He went after the things you didn't burn clean last night. With Lu Chan's boat gone, you still dare try this case alone? He traces the route. I audit the accounts. Lord Yan, you better pray the accounts and the route don't match. To verify a broken ledger, check page numbers, ink marks, and paper stock. The ledger page numbering is broken. And what's missing is exactly the list of transfers. With the list gone, what's left to check? If the list is gone, we check the serial numbers. If the serial numbers are gone, we check the vehicles. If the vehicles are gone, we check the routes. Each batch had one vehicle with a license plate. Each plate had a documentation of cabin entries and exits. Those businesses at Sigi Institute were just shell companies for transit. Cross-check the dispatch records and entry logs. Catching them in the act is enough. Don't rush. The grain sacks can be swapped, but the tire tracks can't be replaced. This round of tricks is a change of cover, not substance. The inner stock supplies were secretly withheld. There's enough physical evidence. Taking people down is just a generational change. The order to burn the records was issued by a low-level clerk in the Ministry of Revenue's outer warehouse. It ended up delivered to the Chengping Private Depot. Chengping Private Depot isn't the Ministry of Revenue's official storehouse, so we can't just arrest the small fry. Send these items back to Shan Hall. Let them silence themselves. Lu Chan, send them back. Lord Yan said the list is gone. Then we start with the vehicles. The accounts match. Continue to investigate. Why could a low-level clerk in the ministry's outer warehouse manipulate the inner stock and supply department? The sealing clay. Prince Pei. It's just that you didn't supervise strictly enough. Admit it. The disaster relief in Basin prefectures is all due to our greed, my lord. Now that you've confessed, detain him in prison until the Ministry of Justice decides. Can't detain him. The official admitted guilt himself. Do you still want to help him evade? I'm not protecting him. I'm worried you'll let the real culprit get away. 3 impossibles. First, Pei Wang had no authority over the overall dispatches of Baisen prefectures. Second, no authority over the inner stock and supply department seals. Third, he could forge them privately. He could collude or buy his way in. It's not a private forgery. The seal impression's depth and clarity. Even the copper stamp's edge, cracks all match the original government seal. Back then, Pei Wang was a nobody. He had no access to the inner storehouse. The one who retrieved the seal had no idea about any of this. That's not what you said when you were arrested at the old brick kiln. Don't force yourself, you can't hold out. Every time the sealing clay was swapped, it had an official stamp. Each instruction slip came from the eunuch in charge of the inner storehouse stamp. And the final signature is from Chengping Private Depot. Nonsense accusing for the sake of it. The steward of Chengping Private Depot speaks. This storehouse only kept good grain on deposit. There was no stolen grain. The CG Institute issued the release. Chengping Private Depot did the deposit. It was the same batch of grain. Same day, same moment. From CG Institute to Chengping Private Depot. The round trip takes at least an hour and a half. Yet the accounts show transactions at both places at the exact same moment. A single carriage of grain can't be delivered and stored at the same time. Unless Yandaren's records can fly. You may confess, but clarify first. Who gave you this template for supplementing the accounts? Pei Wang has already confessed. The others only admit minor faults. If it was one person who embezzled money, it should have been Pei Wang to pay it back. But now he keeps pointing higher up the chain. Pei Wang is temporarily detained in the court of censors. He won't be handed to the ministry. This is about relief funds. Continue checking. Confessing is easy. Fixing the records is hard. Pei Wang, you can only shoulder a certain amount of guilt, but not the entire accounting chain. Pei Wang's daughter, Pei Zhu, was taken away from the capital girls' school. My father already confessed. What more do you want? His confession wasn't thorough. She stays. Lord Lu, you're saving an official's daughter with a criminal father. She's not the criminal's daughter. She's the family of a witness. Because you say so? Procedure is lawful. All the seals are in order. In modern terms, this would be illegal detention. Cut the nonsense, release her. Take another step, and I'll have him killed. Don't be afraid, Miss Zhang. From now on, you are protected by the law. The people who took Miss Pei claim they're from the Ministry of Revenue. The badge is real. But the person registered with it died 3 years ago. Guess it's like logging in with a closed account. Shows they're not just falsifying records, they're faking identities. My father said if he confessed, look for Chengping. Don't cry, is there anything else about locker number 3? He said the original dispatch order is there. But I only have half the key. Zhuer, Dad. I'm fine. Pei Wang, you took the fall for someone else. But you can't save him. Only the real accounts can save him. Don't let him live a lie. I only supplement accounts. The original allocation edict for the old disaster relief funds is in locker number 3 of Chengping Private Depot. What's on the allocation order? There are Yan Chengyu's comments. But the final seal isn't one he could apply. Lord Yan just reported that Miss Zhang and Lord Lu moved the accused at night without permission. The family then disrupted the Ministry of Justice's case closure. Might as well record the kidnapping too. Forgery case. Someone used a fake ministry badge to kidnap a witness's family. That's quite the accusation. He wants to control the narrative. Too bad we have evidence to refute it. Locker number 3 was officially sealed last night. On whose authority? It was Lord Yan's. Don't touch the lock, there's kerosene tubing inside. What if we force it open? The dispatch order will burn. Whoever designed this locker really knows how to cover tracks. Then we won't force it. Did your father ever say where the other half is? It's in Yan Chengyu's hands. He didn't just hide the key. He's waiting for us to destroy the evidence. Then let's invite Lord Yan to open it himself. The other half of the key is with Yan Chengyu. If you won't hand it over, we can't open it. Then please, Lord Yan. Miss Zhang, you must be joking about the key. I don't have it. Lord Yan, you're right. Thumb has an indentation. Clearly, you just held a small key. And your aide tried to go around back just now. No need to pretend, Lord Yan. The audience can tell you're acting suspicious. You dare to lock the doors and check? No one is allowed to leave. If the key isn't on you, that clears your name. It clears your record. You dare search this official in front of everyone. If you have nothing to hide, Lord Yan, then don't be afraid to turn on the lights. Catch someone in the act. Don't touch the kerosene tube. It's already loosened. If you don't have the key, how do your men know how to sabotage the device? His aide's thinking has nothing to do with me. That would be a little too precise. The key is on your man. The device is yours. The attempt to destroy the confidential locker was your order. How long are you going to keep denying, Lord Yan? Use chemicals to open the locker. It has a triple structure. An outer lock, kerosene pipes, a hidden document compartment. Break the wall and it'll burn. Wrong sequence, it burns too. Father said left side first, then the west after, then right side last. 1, 2, 3. 3 years ago, the original allocation order for the Baizen Prefecture's relief silver went to the Inner Supply Department. The transfer record was sealed and rerouted to Chengping Private Depot. 2 transfers entered the ledger. Ministry of Revenue's official stamp. Inner Supply Department's document stamp. Sealed receipt from the Pei family's private vault. The old institute head was right. The one who actually took the Baizen Prefecture's relief silver is definitely not faking evidence. This would be framing an official court noble. If it was fake, then why does the seal impression exactly match the original Inner Supply stamp? If it was fake, why do your annotation ink marks match even better with the Ministry of Revenue's files from 3 years ago? Yan Chengyu is not allowed to leave the capital for now. Lord Yan hides the records for others. But in the end, the records will have your name in them too. Do you all think opening a single locker is enough? Chengping Pei family estate. We only follow the accounts. Whoever's door the records reach, they must open. These mechanisms aren't protecting silver. They're protecting evidence, Lord Yan. It's already out of control. Locker number 3 has been opened too. The Marquis said Lord Yan doesn't need to speak further. He wants to silence me. Drink it quickly. Get it over with early. Lord Yan, if you want to live, don't touch anything sent by the Marquis Chengping. You used to interrogate others. Now it's your turn to choose. Be dead or be a witness. I know nothing at all. The door lock has been changed. Not all the people delivering medicine are registered with the censorate. Your place has already been thoroughly investigated. Who delivered the medicine was someone from the Chengping Marquis household. Look closely, your annotation is on it. You're valuable now, not because you're innocent. It's because you know who's dirtier. You want to use me as your tool. If you stay silent, others will put all the blame on you. 3 years ago, the funds from Baizen Prefecture were indeed transferred. I was responsible for drafting supplementary documents and balancing the accounts. Who gave the order? Marquis Chengping, Zi Chongjin. And who carried it out? Cao Weili, head of the Inner Materials Office. People like you couldn't have failed to leave a backup plan. I kept a set of accounts to protect myself. Where is it? In the old archives building of the Ministry of Revenue. 3rd compartment in Ziliang. The 3rd compartment in Ziliang is not on the outer rack.
It's in the grain storage mezzanine.
Inside is the actual amount of grain received by the Chengping Marquis household. Not good. Word is out from the Chengping Marquis household. They say the Salt City office has gone crazy. They want to destroy the evidence. We have to get the accounts before dawn. I'll clear the way. Don't move. There's suspicious fire traces on the beams. They're not just trying to burn the protection accounts. It's the entire old archive of the Ministry of Revenue. They want to erase everything with fire. Dream on. Seal it off and cut it off. Ziliang 3rd compartment. It's not a location. It's the archive serial number sequence. Found it. The actual amount of grain received by the Chengping Marquis household. The number of times Cao Weili altered the records and the dates of Lord Yan's supplementary approvals. It's all here, the fire isn't out yet. The evidence is still alive for Fenglu. The harder they try to burn it, the more it shows there's real evidence here. If the case is brought up before the spring review, the Marquis will definitely abandon his word. He really is going to abandon me. Marquis Chengping went to the palace to petition. He said Zhang Xingyu and Lu Chenju broke into the Ministry of Revenue. He's the first to accuse. Then see you tomorrow in court. Someone tried to destroy the old archives. Handle the fire first, then verify the accounts. If it's burned here, 30 years of disaster relief, canal work, grain warehouse records. All the old accounts will be gone. Who entered the building today? Someone came in under the pretense of replacing moisture-proof materials. They even brought oilcloth. Doesn't matter who set the fire. First, protect the accounts that can tell the truth. You disable the fire lines. You check the beam mezzanine. Even if it's burned, no one will know. That's what you think. Someone came today specifically to record the accounts. The third compartment in Ziliang isn't an extra location. It's the original archive sequence. Yan Chengying was right. 3 years ago, the original archive number for Baizen Prefecture funds is right here. The actual amount of grain received by the Chengping Marquis household. The number of times Cao Wali altered the records. Dates of Lan Chengying's supplementary approvals. And one more key sentence. If the case breaks out before the spring review, Z will remain tight-lipped. The fire lines weren't set to burn the building. They're meant to burn the accounts that can testify. The more they try to burn it, the more it shows there's real evidence here. From now on, the old archive building of the Ministry of Revenue is to be taken over by the censorate. Xi Chongguan really wants to abandon me. Are you willing to sign your statement now? The Marquis Chengping entered the palace to file a petition. He said Jiang Xingyu and Luo Chenju broke into the Ministry of Revenue and set fire to the old archives building, requesting a court trial. He's the first to accuse. Doesn't matter, the evidence is in our hands. Tomorrow in court, he'll see what it means to bear responsibility. Since the evidence survived, someone must be held accountable. A civilian accountant dares to bring me, the Marquis, to court? I'm not summoning you, Marquis. It's the old accounts of Baizen Prefecture that brought you here. The two of you broke into the Ministry of Revenue and set the building on fire at night. How do you explain this matter? One has no official post. The other broke into the Ministry of Revenue at night. One is incoherent. The so-called evidence is likely fabricated. I'm not talking about status. Let's talk procedures. Every piece of evidence is sealed by the censorate. Every inspection has a third party present. The fire lines in the archives building weren't set up on the spot. This material is the same as the oil hemp used by Marquis Chengping to renovate his garden. Oil hemp is used everywhere. How does that point to me? Then look at the accounts, not the words. Yan Chengyu, bring it up. Lord Yan. Are you still clear-minded these days? First, recognize your handwriting. This is my personal annotation, also added by me. Lord Yan is incoherent and making baseless accusations. I was acting under orders at the time. Whose orders? Marquis Chengping, Xi Chongjian. No proof. Then explain the separate storage registry for Chengping. Charity grain stored has nothing to do with the funds. From Fengji Warehouse to the CG Charity Institute and Chengping separate storage. The wheeled tracks and seals are all the same. Marquis, this is clearly the same shipment of grain. We don't care about your noble status, Marquis. We just want to know where this grain came from, where it went, and who signed for it. Even if the grain entered the separate storage of Chengping, what does it prove? Years ago, a famine struck Baizen Prefecture after a disaster. So one temporarily stored aid grain. It was an act of kindness. Then why, on the day this aid grain was put in storage, 372 people starved to death in Qingping County, Baizen Prefecture? Was it charity or a robbery? In a disaster year, casualties are inevitable, just numbers. In the Marquis' mouth, they're numbers. But to those families, they're lives. If this bag of grain hadn't entered Chengping storage that year, it would have gone to Qingfeng County. You're using the dead to pressure me. We're not using the dead to pressure you. It's that their families finally have a chance to ask you about the grain. Back then, Zhou Peng stopped and wrote precisely about this. The grain shortage in the disaster area may not have been my doing. Then we'll verify the 3 ledgers. Baisan Prefecture Grain Cutoff Dates Ledger, Fengji Warehouse Shipping Dates Ledger, Chengping Intake Dates Ledger. 3 days before the grain ran out in Qingping County, the grain had already arrived at Fengji Warehouse. On the same day, it was transferred to Chengping Storage. The 4 characters on the note were written by me. It wasn't a mistake. It was a change. It wasn't once 5 times. From Fengji Warehouse to Qingping County. By both water and land. It could reach Chengping Storage in just 2 days. And only half a day was needed. A single wrong shipment could be a mistake. 5 times is an order. When I was checking the accounts, I saw a handwritten note from the Marquis. It said temporarily stored in Chengping disaster area of Northern Loan. That's just nonsense added later. My father once said, that note wasn't burned, so it must still exist. Where is it? Behind the Sigi Charity Institute's donor board. Only half of the donor board survived the fire. Not the piece that was burned. The piece was removed beforehand. The links in the chain may be missing, but the accounting chain remains intact. Once the remaining donor board is found, the Marquis involvement can no longer be hidden. Grain can be hidden in accounts, can be burned. But human lives don't disappear on their own. Go and take care of the remaining board at the CG Charity Institute first. There's nothing here. That's not right. This piece is too thin. Bailiang temporarily entered the Chengping disaster area for later support. My father once said, this board isn't an ordinary plank. The old institution feared taking responsibility for destroying evidence. So they slipped the note into a compartment. Someone urged me to burn it back then. I didn't dare burn the whole thing. Burn marks on the surface, grease in the compartment, nail holes in the back. It was sealed up again. Handwriting stopped abruptly. Hu Yifeng and Zi Chongjian's statements in court were highly consistent. This isn't half of the evidence. This is the evidence. The start of the case. They're here. Stop right there. Still trying to snatch it? They even prepared a reversal edict. This move is literally delivering themselves. 3 things are locked down. Return to court immediately for retrial. You think a scrap of paper can convict the Marquis? Bring out the 3 items. The sealed memorials for the last 3 years, the Marquis household's external contracts, the private seal on the Chengping Treasury's storage ledger. Bring in all the annotations. The handwriting on the note matches the Marquis's usual style. Handwriting can be forged. Seals can be stolen. But what about this? It's rice flour used for Baisan Prefecture disaster relief. He was with Lei Yang. It wasn't inserted afterward. The note is rice jelly. A leftover charity account hidden in the merit plaque. 5 protected entries in the Chengping Treasury's ledger. Pei Wang, you'd say anything to save your daughter. No lie is too much for you. I used to fear death, but the more I feared, the less chance my daughter had to survive. My father had finished speaking. Bailiang temporarily entered Chengping. On the Marquis's personal orders, Yan Chengyu added the annotation. Cao Wiley did the sealing. The charity house tried to clean its name, transferred through the disciplinary depot. All ended up as different kinds of grain. Without Cao Wiley, who can prove where the seal came from? The imprint lasted a long time. A fire started in Cao Weilei's stomach. The man disappeared. That's not missing. That's a transfer. He's the final seal. They're sending Cao Weiwei into the palace to hide him. Draw the carriage curtain. No unauthorized entry before the palace gates. If Cao Weiwei is in the carriage, you're not stopping me. You're stopping the justice owed to Baisan Prefecture. Breaking into the palace at night. Attempting treason. I'm not storming the palace gates. I am intercepting a witness. Open the curtain now. Only check the person. Don't touch the palace gates. Trying to destroy evidence? Not happening. Check the medicine. This person is carrying contraband, suspected of intending to destroy evidence for you. It's not that I want these items. I have a palace note. The Chengping Marquis's case documentation. And an internal pass stamp. The case doesn't stop at the Marquis's residence. Someone from the palace is involved too. Who gave you the palace note? Xian. Xian Palace is the Empress Dowager's palace. This staff just touched the palace wall. Then keep uncovering. Tomorrow, even that hand in the palace will be revealed. This was given to you by Xuan Palace. Not the Empress Dowager herself. It's someone using Xuan Palace's name. Who? The head palace lady confided about 3 years ago. I managed the internal pass distribution. The notes were always delivered by a young eunuch by her side. I didn't dare refuse. Xuan Palace represents the Empress Dowager. Remember clearly, we're investigating Jianming, not the Empress Dowager. No one is going to pin this on the Empress Dowager. Don't let the villains control the narrative. You even dare to investigate Xuan Palace? The more honorable the name, the less it should be used to steal grain and murder. Involving the Empress Dowager. Can you take responsibility for that? We investigate the accused, not implicate royalty. The internal pass stamp is real. But the Xuan Palace ceremony was half an inch off. An authentic order comes from the main hall. The ceremony wouldn't be even a bit off. This is from an external administrative room. Official seals should be exchanged at the 3 Hebei prefectures. During the days Zhenliang was transferred, Qin Su entered the Chengping Marquis's back gates multiple times. I only bought you for the Empress Dowager's birthday banquet. Each time, more charity grain arrived through Chengping's warehouse. Xuangong's slow carriage never went to the imperial kitchen. It detoured to the disciplinary depot. A palace lady seeking profit. What does that have to do with the Marquis? Every time she brought the Marquis Z's folding fan as proof. Where's the fan? I was greedy. It had nothing to do with the Marquis. You scapegoats. Why are you always so loyal to your masters? Carrying a debt chain you can't bear. You're just a palace lady. How can you make the materials office give the go-ahead 5 times in a row? You're not enough. The Marquis's token is... Wait. It was always on the Marquis's orders. He always sent her with this fan. Stop him. Fine, I'll take the blame for everything. Will that close the case? Even if you confess, the case won't end. Someone will just keep shifting the blame onto you. He's emotionally unstable. That's proof he feels guilty. Is it for the crime? Or for the Marquis? He can't take the blame for others. Only when he speaks up. Does the truth have a chance to come out? Qin Su, before I ask Zi Chongjin, I want to know why you used Xuan Palace's name. The Marquis told me to cover the external seasonal purchases.
He said my brother was recovering at the Marquis's manor.
We found Qin Su's brother at the Chengping Marquis's estate, claimed to be there for recovery, but actually under house arrest. The guards were changed 3 times this week. It's not for recovery. It's for transferring a hostage. When did I ever control their family? Then what do you call this? They used the jade fan token for every task. If I refused, my brother would remain detained. Every time I saw the jade fan, I dared to release the internal pass. The seal, the imperial granary grains, were tribute jade from the western Jin. Only those granted by the court could possess them. The Changping Marquis's house. The Empress Dowager never authorized transferring grain or seals. The Xuan Palace main hall seal never left the palace. All Qin Su handled was external silk and satin purchases. No orders from the Empress Dowager. Someone used Xuan Palace's name to deceive both superiors and subordinates. Qin Su, Cao Wuli, Yan Chengyu, and Pei Weng all colluded out of guilt. 4 people in different positions, yet their testimonies interlock, and the records corroborate each other. That isn't collusion. That's the truth. There is now both testimony and material evidence. Final verdict will be rendered tomorrow. The Marquis will stand final trial tomorrow. Perhaps the court can judge me. But can hearts judge the true traitor? Tomorrow I won't debate the accounts. You all only know Marquis Shen, but you don't know that Lu Chenju's father's old subordinates also embezzled army provisions from the 3 northern prefectures back then. Lu Chenju. Are you investigating old cases for the people, or to clear the Lu family's name? So the Marquis finally dares not defend his own accounts, starting to throw mud at others instead. Lu Chenju, can you honestly say you have no personal agenda? I do have my own motives. I want justice for those who died because of these accounts. You can investigate the Lu family, but you can't use untried matters to erase proven crimes. This stack is the archive list from the Chengping Special Warehouse. A personal note from Marquis Z, written for Xuan Palace. None of these are related to Lu Chenju. This stack of sealed documents is evidence examined with Lu Chenju's participation, even if you exclude the second pile first. The first stack is enough to prove you and your sister. Marquis, don't treat a fake secret report as if it's just a note. The chain of real accounts can be examined. Check the secret report. The paper is Special Ministry of Revenue paper from 3 years ago. But the ink is new, only 3 months old. This secret report wasn't written 3 years ago. It was recently added. Ridiculous? The grain hadn't even left the warehouse yet. How could the old subordinates have taken any? Did they take the grain through thin air? The real names are here. Originally designated as rations for the northern 3 prefectures, then switched and listed as military reserves, and then sent to the Chengping Special Warehouse, who authorized that. Military grain, name changed. I made the adjustments to the accounts. Those who punish harshly are inconsistent, unworthy of trust. That's why we don't just listen to people. We listen to the accounts. The evidence for Marquis Z Chongjian's disaster relief case is clear. What do you have left to say? I have something. The relief grain for the 3 northern prefectures. I did indeed transfer it, but I did it to stabilize the government for the court. Securing the northern prefectures meant stability for the capital. That was a political trade-off. What did you say? Governing always requires compromise. You young people, do you even understand trade-offs? No need to review accounts tomorrow. Review people's hearts. I admit I authorized the grain transfer, but I do not confess to guilt. During a famine, I protected the capital. Sacrificing the northern prefectures was about the bigger picture. Is it always someone else who has to die? When you talk about the bigger picture, that's not compromise, it's stealing grain. If grain prices lost control in the capital, more than 300 would have died. Fengji Storehouse, Chengping Special Warehouse, CG Relief Institution, Capital Price Control, Marquis's estate grain shops. 5 records, 1 chain. 3 years ago, the capital's price control storehouses did not collect, and therefore northern grain was transferred. The Marquis claimed it was for stability. Did the capital's grain actually go to the price control warehouses? No, the grain went first to private stores, then was sold back to the capital at high prices. Relief grain was hijacked And within 7 days, rice prices in the capital jumped 30%. Marquis Estate's grain shops increased grain distribution fivefold. Relief grain was exchanged for benevolence grain, then moved through private stores for shipping, and sold at high prices. 70% of the profit silver returned to the Marquis Estate. 30% was allocated to the Kanji Inner Treasury. So this is the Marquis's bigger picture. This is what my mother was clutching on her deathbed. Back then, officials said the grain was on the way. We waited day after day. Only later did we learn. It wasn't that the grain hadn't arrived. It was sent to someone else's warehouse. Marquis, you said these are 372 people. Even a 5-year-old fell into the Marquis's bigger picture. You're too naive? In a siege, there is always trade-off. I do the math, so I know the cost of every loss that gets overlooked. In the end, someone always pays for it. If you treat the people as numbers, we'll track responsibility account by account. The military grain renaming account was revised by my order from Marquis Z. The benevolence grain ledger was handled by me. Mistakes can be corrected, but the dead cannot be brought back without an order from the Empress Dowager. The person who used the name Shu An Palace was Zi Chongmian. There are 6 chain links involved. Marquis, it's not about your confession now. It's that your Majesty has already identified you. I have ancestral military merit. The Marquis House of Chengping has defended the borders for 3 generations. My crime doesn't warrant death. Your ancestors may have had merit, but that's not a pass for descendants to break the law. If military merit can excuse faults, then who will protect the rights of the people? Merit is merit. Crime is crime. Punishment must not be pardoned. Zi Chongjin intercepted relief grain, forged transfer orders, caused 372 people in Qingsheng County to starve to death. Title revoked, all involved personal property confiscated, imprisoned in the imperial cell, all to receive severe punishments. Severe cases to be exiled to Beijing to work on canal repairs. Pei Wang is dismissed and sent to the 3 northern prefectures to restructure the old accounts. Cao Weili and Qin Su are both assigned to hard labor. Their families will be protected by the censorate. All related storehouses and special warehouses will be sealed. Seized silver to be returned for northern disaster relief. Don't kneel to me, the one I should kneel to is already kneeling before the law. The royal registry is to be submitted to government authorities. The 3 northern prefectures will set up disaster relief accounts. Relief provisions will be managed in 3 sections. The task will be taken up by Yan Qian and Zhou Peng. Vault must be reported every 3 days. No detainment of relief grain is allowed. Now that the accounts are clear, should we keep investigating? The accounts are clear, but the lost lives won't return. That's why from now on, we can't wait until people die to investigate. Wherever the accounts go, we follow up. Master Lu, are you inviting me to join you? No, I'm asking you to supervise me. Then you'd better not keep faulty accounts.